Hello, everyone, and welcome back after a little bit of a break to more Borderlands. Last session, we picked up at a rather intense moment of Crystal hearing a order being delivered to Apollo, and in response to this, reacted very quickly and proceeded to evacuate herself and Nessa from the scene with rapid time. Grabbing Nessa and using her phase walk ability to the max, and just ran. In the ensuing chaos of them disappearing, orders being followed, and people trying to make a run for it, Barry and Tex also bailed over the wall, running off into the distance, trying to get away from all of this. Shmi also made an attempt to run. It was doing really good until he got trank darted repeatedly, briefly falling unconscious before getting sent to a medbay, waking up, causing what can only be defined as a ruckus, mayhem, and medical emergency all at once. With a little bit of help from Bertram, managed to escape and flee before throwing himself into the ground to hide away for a little while, and maybe get a nap and some sleep, unfortunately losing a lot of his gear in the process. Crystal and Nessa proceeded to make time and make distance away, just getting as far away as they can before making camp for the night. And part of the way into the night, Barry had caught up and was just getting there with Tex. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Rex, and that's not accurate.
Too many dino.
They're Tex and Rex, and I want to say Rex is the dino, but Rex isn't the dino. It just throws me for a loop sometimes. And in the meantime, Jethro was settling into his new job, and Bertram was getting orders and getting prepped to take off with his two accompanying members of the Crimson Lance. I believe that something was passed off. Vehicles were acquired. What kind of vehicle were you looking to acquire? I do have to ask, as we're starting to get going.
Well, in the time that it was I Am Alone, it was just a motorcycle of some kind because maneuverability. I don't know what those two are wanting to do.
Well, if you head off in something personal like a motorcycle, they'll follow in something similar.
Okay.
Small, light, fast, maneuverable, makes sense for a tracking party. But where we'll really, truly pick up is we're still in the late night. Barry, Crystal, and Nessa were all in the same spot with people making decisions on where to head for the future and how to go. And I believe that is where we should pick up. It is late at night. Decently late into the night. You guys ran for a while, and then Barry and Tex proceeded to run even longer to try and catch up. I would say probably around between like 1 and 2 a.m. in the morning would be a good summation of time. So what would you guys like to do?
Last I recall, we were packing up, getting ready to leave.
That was indeed the plan at the time.
Yeah.
All right, packing up, getting ready to leave. Any other interactions, anything going on? Or just going to try to push through the night more?
Can Nessa give Rex to Barry?
Yeah. Easily enough.
Sure there. Alright.
Barry, Crystal approaches with Rex in hand.
Who?
Action hand.
Nessa?
Rex.
You say Crystal approaches.
I said Crystal, didn't I? Man, I slipped. Sorry, Nessa.
Crystal better not have Rex.
I
It
did
wasn't
have
her
Rex.
backpack. It was in her backpack.
I just didn't know he was in my backpack. So,
Big facts.
Well, there's your surprise for the night.
when did you?
Sneaky, sneaky. She's gonna walk over. She's gonna take Rex out of Crystal's backpack. And she's gonna walk over and hand it to Barry.
And he takes the tiny dinosaur, or whatever it is.
He's
The
not a dinosaur.
Which one is this?
No, he looks like a little screen with like a little wheel at the bottom and a little helicopter, like a little at the top.
It looks like a phone with a
Like,
helicopter.
No, he's not a phone. You know those little robots that like emote with their eyeballs, like little screen eyeballs?
The Dylan is now confused.
He looks like that. Anyway, she's gonna hand him to you. And she's gonna give Barry a hug. And she's going to whisper into Barry's ear. He'll help you talk to us if you need to.
Barry just kind of blinks at you. I thought you didn't want me to go with you anymore.
We'll talk when things calm down some more.
Alright.
And she's gonna give Barry a pat on the head. But I do have a thing. So he's only for you. He has strict orders that if he's not in your hands, he's going to explode.
So I have to hold him the entire time?
Well, he has to be on your person. He doesn't have to be in your hands, but on your person. If anybody else touches him, he'll explode.
Okay.
So take care of my little buddy for me.
I'm going to attach him to my shoulder somehow. Live there now. I have a robot parrot now.
But doesn't want a cracker.
You don't want a cracker. But it might explode me though. How can I explode myself? But it doesn't have the capability to. You say it has to be in my possession, right?
Yes, he could also fly around you, but he can't be touched by anybody else.
Okay, because I mean, I do explode. And it would be. I would feel very bad if I hurt him like that.
Well, I'm sure he could fly above you. He has a little helicopter.
Alrighty then.
He just can't be grabbed by anybody else. Or he will self-destruct.
Thank you then. Eric's just going to continue sitting in a corner.
She's gonna finish loading her stuff up onto text.
Alright, easy enough. Just saddle it up, kind of like loose saddlebags.
Mm-hmm.
Just like unfold like a storage hook or something you might have in it and hang stuff across on it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Off into the night.
Yeah, but this time Nessa's writing text if she can.
Easily enough, that was part of the point of text.
That's funny for you. I get to run more. Yay, exercise.
You can write text too. I think that's a thing. I think that's possible.
Crystal can ride text, he would just be a bit slower.
I'm just running. Running is not a problem.
That is
Good
Barry.
cardio.
Good cardio.
Keeps you
I'll
healthy.
be running good.
All right.
Hex waterproof.
You're in a desert. I don't think it's gonna matter all too much.
Pirates.
He's never been tested with water.
You guys are in a desert. There are
Yeah.
streams all over the place. And to answer your question, because of where you grew up, he's at least fairly water resistant.
Yeah, but he's not
Or
proof.
the
He can't go
swamplands would
swimming.
have. Yeah, no, submerging completely might be bad, but like wading through water, probably okay. Dealing with rain, probably okay.
Fair.
But if you could at least handle some water, he would be very bad considering where you grew up. And you guys load up, stuff ready, and set off into the night. Yeah, but I just looked down at Discord.
Yeah, that is Barry right now. He's just sitting in the.
It's a picture of a
Back to
sad
Abe.
dog.
How long do you guys wish to push forward? Because I would say at this point, neither of you know Pandora well. Neither of you know where you're going. I'm just curious how far, how long you're going.
That's a good question.
I will say, if you continue on for too long, you will threaten yourself with chances of exhaustion.
Another 2 hours, I guess.
Okay.
You said
2
there
hours
was
is
a
good.
forest nearby, right?
I don't believe I said a forest. You're in the Highlands, which is a lot of like large peaks and low valleys of like greenery running across, but nothing like trees and like it's like low grasses, shrubs, running brooks, rocky cliffs, and peaks. Roads. Actually, this is one of the more developed areas of Pandora as well, with consistent roads everywhere.
All right.
It is currently a decently clear night,
Back in a moment.
so vision isn't fully obscured, making your guys' travel easier. 2 hours in, I'd say if you guys sleep late, a bit later, and return for it, it won't be exhaustion on you, but you will have to sleep in a bit later. Make a survival check to see if you can find a good place along the way.
Oh, wait, I need my dice. Where are they? There they are.
Can Nessa help, or does she have to roll her own?
You can provide assistance here.
I provide assistance.
Why do I feel like I'm missing some die? Body distance help. So advantage. What is that number? 25.
That's really good. I'd say you guys navigate yourself pretty well, even though it's dark out, and you have a couple close brushes with the nightlife of the Highlands, which is mainly comprised of stalkers. I will say along the way a few times the ground started to like heavily vibrate for a bit, and your mind goes back to the large worm-like individual that you encountered on the way to the Crimson Lance base that was disposed of by the Heavy Lancer. But none of it seems to notice you, thankfully. And because of this survival, you managed to avoid any of the like dens or a couple other issues that you would run into along the way. Off in the distance, maybe I think you could see like a little bit of fire. Like when I say off in the distance, because you're up a little bit higher than this is like a couple miles off. You see a fire, what looks like a small camp of like a couple of buildings. But you seem pretty isolated and safe, in a decently safe spot for the night.
Whoa.
Back.
Are you having Tech stand watch?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
He
for
is
that.
not tired.
Fair. He cannot be tired. He is immune to exhaustion as a robot. Roll his perception check, and we'll get back to you in a moment. Barry, I'm curious. What are you doing?
Barry's being the sad dog in a picture and just sitting in a cave. Not really knowing what else to do.
Okay. Gonna rest there for the night?
Yep, he's just gonna go rest there for the night.
Alright.
And woe betide anything that wakes him up.
You know what? Fair enough. And for our next little bit, we're going to rewind time just a little bit to shortly after the events went down at the base, one of the outposts of the Crimson Lance. Bertram, you were setting off with your two people in flank. I would like you set off, sorry, I paused at a weird time. Start to roll me a survival check as you start to try to get an idea of where anybody went, if that's what you're doing.
Before we hit the go button, Robert said he had a thing. I don't know if I have that yet or not.
Yeah, as we do that, you can snag, as you're loading up to head out, get ready to go, getting fueled up at the motor pool. Jethro, would you like to approach with your offer?
Yeah, see him getting ready with stuff. Bertram. Hey.
What?
Pull out something out of his bag. I got something should you find Barry long voice. Yeah. I got something should you find Bertram along his travels there. Barry. Or Nessa.
Okay.
I don't know what you intend to do, if you're going to stay with us or go with them. Either way, if you see Barry, give him this, please. It's an explosive and some recipes on how to make some more explosives, other things like that.
Okay. I look it over. What exactly do I have here?
Now, if for some reason you're in a life or death situation, don't hesitate to use it. Okay, so you pull this plastic bit off here, and then you can just stick it to something, and then a few seconds later, it'll blow up. For example, to a bandit's head.
Okay, so basically Simtex.
Basically Simtex. Can be used for structures as well if you need to set something and run just a few feet away around the corner.
Alrighty. So a grenade and how to make more grenades.
Well,
To
it's more than a grenade with that, but close enough. That's all I had, Matt.
Nope, okay. I was just waiting to make sure you guys don't want to interrupt. Alright, you have that, you're loading up. Joining you will be two individuals. One of them's a little bit heftier, and kitted out in like some of like the more mid-range of armors, keeping them protected but more mobile than like, say, the standard Lancer armor. And the other one fully kitted out in light equipment as well. Shorter, leaner side. He has a like just basic military crew cut. Nothing overly fancy. It's like a dark brown hair. Kind of a little bit of a scarred face from like maybe some accidents and all that. And then the bigger guy, the brutish guy, has like the remnants of a 5 o'clock shadow and just a bald head.
Okay, before we get too far, what do you two do?
I am the shorter guy, the shorter, lightly armored guy. I am to help you track. I generally do hunts, recon, the normal of such. And he is our muscle in case things go down wrong. Bit better equipped than a lot of them to keep up.
So long range and general enforcer.
That would be an effective summation.
Okay.
He's our direct combatant if we need one, and I help here to help recon and scout. And to note this, he would have a shotgun and assault rifle on his back for the medium armored guy, and then the lightly armored guy looks like he just has a sniper rifle across his back.
Okay, well, you both know what to do. So, let's go.
Alright. Everybody will mount up, load out, and head on. If you would like, you can roll survival. You do have advantage because you of the fellow scout.
That's a 24.
That's pretty good.
So close. I
So,
made a guess from the survival number earlier.
fair. As you guys head out, take a look around, you quickly realize, A, you're not going to make a huge amount of progress because nightfall is imminent. But you can get started on the right path. Immediately apparent is Barry and what you could probably guess is Tex's footprints. They're not light people, and neither of them are very light, and both of them were really moving, so they left some fairly deep ones as a hint of a trail. And as you circle around trying to get an idea from the direction they were telling you, you pick up a couple light prints a good several hundred feet away from the base in a similar direction as Tex and Barry's footprints. I should not be stumbling over names this far into the game, guys. Wow.
It's been a long day.
Mainly focusing on the big guy and the robot. Assuming the robot's probably going to where we need it to go.
Alright. You guys continue down for a little ways. I'd say nightfall hits and you haven't run into anybody yet. Would you like to push through the night, or perhaps take it a bit easier?
Motorcycle speed.
Take cover for the night is what I meant to say.
Motorcycle speed, they're moving, we should be too.
Alright, pushing through the night. So, probably shortly after, not that you would know this, the rest take off. You start to follow trails, the footprints pick up. You realize there's a steadying trail of not just Barry and Tex, which is what you're mainly following, as you said, but you keep picking up traces here and there. It's not on the exact line, but it's kind of in the same general direction of two lighter individuals running. Like a footprint here, a couple broken pieces there where that leads you onto it. But nothing hefty. Nothing like, not a sizable trail to follow.
So did the robo footprints end?
No, the robot footprints are going. I was just pointing out that you had these other sets of like light ones here and there that are in the same general direction, even if they're not like on the same hard lines as the robot is. I was just thinking of the time period, and I'd say probably later into the night. If you don't stop soon, you will also start to accrue exhaustion, but you can go a little bit later since you're on bikes instead of running.
Utilizing the bikes.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. You come across a cave where I believe back in the corner, Barry's still staying. I would say you catch sight of this before the rest of them, but you do catch sight of a familiar little robot. You see Rex sitting near the front of the cave, just barely visible.
This is gonna be fun.
Kind of give it a look and then shine a flashlight inside.
Alright. As you shine a flashlight inside and take a look, Barry, I believe you said you were just sitting there to drift off.
Yep, I was going to sleep.
Barry's probably dozed off in one of the back corners of this cave. It's not a super deep one, it's kind of shallow. does have a stone floor.
And the light on his eyes.
I don't know how light of a sleeper Barry is.
Neither do I.
Honestly, Barry doesn't know how light of a sleeper he is. How stealthy are you being?
Not.
Like,
I'm shining a
We can
flashlight
add
in your
the very
eyes.
least. You sleep. Something to consider. You sleep in an exploding monastery.
Yeah. So,
Just thought about that.
I rolled a 13, so let's go with woke me up, I guess.
All right. You start to slowly come to. And I'd say right now the two individuals are currently just standing guard outside. They've noticed Barry inside, but they're keeping an eye out around you and letting you handle this. Barry, you see Bertram shining a flashlight in your eyes.
Hello, Bertram.
Tracks went to here. I don't see the larger robot or anybody else. What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we're all just having a nice little time, going to make some new friends, and then all of a sudden everyone's running away, and jumping, and explosions, and Barry stands up. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, now would you, Bertram?
Evidently, the Lance is ancient now, which I wasn't expecting going in. That kind of sucked. Now I'm back against the wall, having to try to find the other two that aren't you.
And if I were to go and, Barry, can I see the two from outside?
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
actually-
They're not trying to hide.
Yeah.
They're just out front on the bike, bikes posted up, keeping an eye on the surroundings. Pandora is a dangerous place, and a watchman's always a good idea.
Alright. And if I were to, let's go with kill your little escorts there, what would you like to do about that?
Probably
Go on,
have to try to stop you.
I'm gonna do an insight check on him.
Don't roll
Okay,
dice. What are you
Bertram,
thinking?
roll-
As in,
You could
Does
roll
he
persuasion or
actually-
deception if you would like.
is he actually wanting to go and help them? Like, he says his back's against the wall, but if I kill the people who are with him, well, could very well just give him some breathing room, and
You
well,
can roll an insight check.
I also have to ask, how quiet are you being, or are you just very blatantly?
I'm saying
I'm
what I'm
saying
saying. I'm
this,
not
but I
trying to
get
be
to actually-
secretive. I've said nothing wrong.
I know. I'm asking Barry, because he just threatened people's lives.
I'm saying this, but I've also very carefully not made any aggressive moves aside from standing up.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure and see how you were doing.
So I've said was well, what if I killed those two over there? As opposed to actually killing
know.
those two over there.
I know, but nonetheless, what if I die kind of thing gets people's attentions to an extent. That's what I'm seeing, how it was going.
Barry doesn't really care all too much about their opinions. And if they shoot well,
Incite
that answers
me.
that question.
Roll a die.
What? Yeah,
See what you get.
we'll see where that happens, but until then, it's still all theoretical. Now then, can I do an insight check to see if he actually has any plans besides just doing this, or if he's just full on
It's not.
going to help them?
You
Like,
probably
it's
can't
not
tell like
mind
my
reading.
future intent. It's not mind reading, but you
Yeah.
can probably tell if I'm outwardly lying or like what maybe some motivation things are creeping in. Especially
Yes,
against
exactly.
players, it's really not.
It's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Is I'm
Get the vibe.
But you
Go
can
ahead and roll.
yes. Not to actually add anything. Just his perception. There. All right. Oh, it's a 19. Sorry, I thought 16. It's a 19.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for again? Like what
Barry's
in
still
particular are you
rather
trying to pick up?
Barry is still rather confused. So he's trying to figure out, okay, you say your back's against the wall, so you're throwing in your lot with them, or you look like you're probably potentially planning something else. It's just like one of those, what's the vibe I'm getting off of you?
Okay. In that case, what I'd say you probably get is he would like to do something else, doesn't know what it could be at this point in time, and he's being very honest. Like what he says he means, including the "we'll try to stop you."
But if the escorts are dead, though, then you'd be free to act as you wish, so.
That doesn't matter. Assume right now I'm bugged to hell if nothing else.
In which case, they're holding something over you, then. Yes, I did say this out loud.
There's no response.
No, you said you were. I was continuing.
Waiting for Arik to actually say something, though.
There's no immediate reply.
Nothing. Have some form of blackmail over you, or they have something that you need. I bet I'm not most well read in such aspects. Rather direct, but now I come to a bit of a quandary now, aren't I? On one hand, those friends of yours out there are the most friendly at our last meeting. They're my friends. And you're after friends of mine. You are former friends. Potentially still friends, but no. Now then, should I try to stop you and kill your escorts and knock you out for a while? Or should I let you go? Thoughts on the matter?
Well, given that you're here and you have one of Nest's toys, you can probably immediately communicate with them, so that needs to either not occur, or need to figure something else out.
I mean, I'm not about to lead you to them. Nice little nice wide smile on his face. Now then, question, Sir Matt. Do I, in fact, know how to work the toy?
No.
Wasn't
Actually, that's rude. I'm sorry, that was just a for me, buddy. I'll let you roll in a tech check, but it is a homemade one, so same rules may not apply for every robot.
Like, do I know how to send a message using this thing, though?
Roll a tech check.
Do I add anything to this? Or is this flat out?
It's intelligence plus proficiency if you're proficient in the skill.
How would I have proficiency in it?
He's playing with the robot, I have to stop it.
He's not playing with a robot. I think this is an idea. Like, does he have an
He's
idea of
asking
how
if he knows
do
how
it,
to use it
since
before
he's
he
had it
does
for a little
anything.
bit?
If I know how to use it, I might try to use the robot. If I know how to use the robot, it's just gonna sit there. I don't really... So what does it say? Intelligence?
If you don't have proficiency, yes, it's just an intelligence check.
Okay. Man, but it's 16.
I would say with a 16, just because you don't have a lot to do with this one, this is a completely custom built from scratch robot. Using it as a message, which isn't its original intent, not likely. It's more along the lines of you're hoping Nessa has a way of pulling something off from wherever she's going to be.
I think it can record stuff.
That you have no idea on.
Alright, so it's useless. Okay. That seems to be a bit of an impasse. What is your plan, then?
I've already told you. I have to go chasing.
You have to go chasing them, yes, but... Are you going to be... violent? Go with violence here? In this current encounter? Or do you plan to leave more peacefully?
Given what I'm chasing them back to, I don't see it going particularly friendly.
I meant towards me, Eric.
I'm talking about them. I turned toward them. Sorry. You can do what you want there, Barry. You're not part of the requirements.
At the same point, they are still going after friends. I would feel just horrible if something happened to Nessa there. Such an innocent little girl.
You can do something, or I can start following their tracks. Make your choice.
What's the robot's name again, Matt? Rex?
Rex.
Or is it Tex?
Rex.
Rex.
No gift for Barry?
Depends.
Are you gonna give the gift to Barry?
Not right now.
Rex. It's looking like this, isn't gonna be getting no, gift now, am I? Alright. Give me a second. Do I choose violence? Or do I let them go hunt my friends?
There is the
Here's
fairness
one.
of there are three of them right now.
Yes, but they're also in an enclosed area.
Well, no,
And I
Bertram's
explode.
inside with you. They're outside.
I also don't know
I
how
wanna
like
do it.
enclosed this
Can you do a
cave thing
strength
really is.
check on what?
I also don't know how like enclosed the cave really is.
It's not particularly large. Barry's explosion would take up the majority of it, probably. However, like I said, the other two individuals are inside the cave. They're outside.
More of like a hunker away from, instead of like an actual den type thing.
Yeah, it's not like a full-on, like, elaborate, like, going deep cave. This is like a short indent that's just kind of hard to spot if you aren't looking.
Yes. Can I do a strength check or insight check or something on these two guards out there? How strong do they look?
Can't see him.
Yes, he just
he
said I
can
did.
see 'em.
Good.
No, he can see him. They're just not in the cave.
Martial check. How do?
Yeah, I was gonna say make like an insight check just to see what you're picking up from them, what kind of vibes you getting.
How much
I
gear they
have-
got? How
How
professional.
much gear they got? How's their armors looking? Insight, you say?
Insight would be a good one, yeah.
$23.
Okay, so assessing them and how decent they are, they're probably... Hold on, I'm trying to look into the comparison. They're probably a peg below you and Bertram, for example, who are on similar scales and levels. They're
Alright.
decently well kitted out. If it was just the two of them, for example, you and Bertram could take them. If Bertram didn't get involved, it'd be a fairly close fight between you versus them. Bertram would be a tipping scale, though, for a 1v3 fight here.
Is that so? Even with the electrical grenades and... Well, I'd feel really bad if I just let you go without doing anything to try and stop you, though. Quite a conundrum you've left me there, Bertram. Anything to say on the matter? Perhaps you'd like to try and convince me otherwise? Something? Anything?
I'm just gonna say very well, and then we're gonna roll initiative.
You're not even gonna bother to try and convince me not to? Because this is your chance to do so.
No.
All right.
You're not gonna bother. You're not gonna bother.
You're initiating initiative feels so wrong to say. Wow.
Remember what Arik said last time.
Technically right.
We're not allies.
Yeah.
I guess. Roll initiative.
I go first.
Maybe.
You.
Likely.
Bitch, if you can paint a goddamn 28, I'll give up here and now.
Not physically possible for me.
Not
on
with
this
this character.
I'll go second.
I would say Jinx, but I can't poke you from here, so that don't work either.
I got a 20.
Initiative. I can let you.
30 to 25, because I have to ask that.
28.
$25 to 20.
23, and the boys.
I rolled for the boys.
Hopefully one of the boys isn't the dude.
Yeah, that would suck.
I
I mean, imagine this probably wouldn't end well for this. Probably won't end well for me, but no, I can't exactly just let him go without anything.
Damn.
Can I send little Rex off before this fight starts, though?
Rex is at the mouth of the cave away from you guys. That's how Bertram got a bit of an idea where you were.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's a good question. What is Rex's dexterity modifier? I think it's a +3. Max?
Max.
It took me a minute to get on here.
No, it's okay. I just didn't hear anything. I was making sure it went through.
It's technically +2.
Okay, +2.
The bear is about to get his teeth kicked in. So at least whenever
Damn.
they going to come find you next time, they'll at least already become a bit pre-tenderized.
I do want a reminder that he does have evasion.
If something comes up, I'll have you roll stuff for him.
Okay.
You're still controlling him for the most part, because Rex, without you here, can technically act on his own accord.
Does that mean that Rex gets an initiative slot as well?
He does. I rolled it for him. I just had to know what to add to the modifier.
Does it even
I
have
guess
an
you're in
attack?
this fight with me, Max. What?
Does it even have an attack?
Yes,
Huh.
It does?
it does.
I wasn't aware of that.
I think.
I guess
may
you're
be
in this
wrong.
fight.
But
I guess.
at this point, Barry, you're up first. As you see, well, intent of violence becoming and starting.
Alright. I guess I should knock out. Wait. Can I rage and throw a grenade?
Yeah, throwing grenades is part of the attack action,
Okay.
and
So
rage
I-
is a bonus action.
Yeah, so I explosive rage and then toss an electrical grenade. Which means
All right.
everyone. They'll have to go and make a. What is it?
It's a dex save.
Yeah.
So, as you start to move, the purple light starts to flow along your muscle fibers. Energy starts to coalesce and build. Bertram, as you start this, Barry blurs into action in an explosive movement, and at first detonates. So please roll your explosive damage.
Same character. Like 50 of these things. Okay. 11.
All right,
Right now.
11
For a
explosive
grenade or
damage.
just for me that?
That's just from your aura.
Okay, yeah. 11.
So Bertram, that's 11 damage,
Uh-huh.
and you said you're throwing a grenade.
Yep, electrical. So,
How
Lightning.
big is the grenade?
I don't fucking know.
give me a second.
I think it was a 15-foot radius.
I think so. Alright. Looking for things. What's grenade? Get it? Ah! Yeah, 15.
All right,
Well.
15-foot radius. You could hit. You could catch everybody in it. That will mean though that Rex has to make a dex save.
Oh god. Oh no. Run, little Rex, run! Wait,
Roll
he has
for the
evasion or something,
individuals.
right? What does
Yep,
evasion do?
Good stuff against dex saves.
If it passes, it
14.
evades.
What? Okay.
14 will pass at this level.
Amazing.
17.
Yeah.
Alright, 17 is a pass.
I mean that they're gonna take half damage for that, right?
All except for Rex, because Rex has evasion, so it takes none.
Takes none. Okay, good. So the only one I did.
You damage everyone except the one you didn't want to. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Just
And they
it's a light.
rolled a 5. One of them passes, one of them fails on the grenade. It's 11 damage, you said? How much damage did you say?
He didn't roll
I
damage
haven't
for
said
shield.
this one yet.
Okay, sorry. Roll your damage. Thought you were doing a bit.
Shield.
No, I did that for. I rolled for explosive.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were going to roll this bit. Please roll your
The
electric
full
damage.
thing is 21 electrical, so it's however you half it.
It would
Shield.
half down to 10, so
Yeah.
just back up to 20 for shields. And that's all of the.
Again?
That's both the guys outside there. Shields are gone.
Oh.
As they
Okay.
just. When you watch shields shatter as an explosion of electricity tears through the cave.
Shield cracked.
Your shield cracked as well? Yay!
And I believe you have one more attack.
Oh yes, I do. Okay. God. Reckless attack advantage. Oh yes, I actually do. Shit! God damn. Cords. Things are trying to kill me. Give me a second.
He's
Okay,
getting
now.
tripped up.
Yes.
I'm just gonna critical Arik in the side of the head with your maul.
Yes. Okay, now. I am going to. I don't actually know how much health you fucking have, Arik.
Don't worry
Not
about it.
important right now.
It's only 3d8, so it's can't do. Okay. Yeah, I want to go and
38
I might
from
go
me.
for it.
Yeah, I was great. That's the same thing. Why 3d8? It should be 2d8 for ball.
Hold on.
Unless you
Yeah, no,
upgraded
there's-
the ball and I forgot.
I don't think so.
No, I for switch thing up. 3d8 was
Okay.
for the grenade.
Fair.
So it is-
Okay, that's just like I was with Eric on this one. Like, I remember 2d8. I was trying to remember if we upgraded it with anything.
Oh.
Roll to hit.
Okay. Okay, 24.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the 17 would have hit me just before I added anything, but better be safe, right?
Wait, are you reckless
Okay.
attacking?
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't even need to, so I got two 17s.
Roll your
Okay.
second die just in case.
He said he did. He got two 17s.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I missed that bit. I apologize. Then roll your damage.
15.
All right.
Okay.
15 points of bludgeoning. As Barry explodes, tosses the grenades, and then just swings as a side one and just BAM! Rattles you from the side a little bit.
Did you add your rage damage?
No. I forgot because it's
17 then.
17?
Think.
Yeah, 17.
And would you like to move, or is that your turn?
Are all of them still within the range of my explosive, aura?
No, only Bertram was.
Okay, I want to move so we're... Wait. Can I move such that they can get advantage or anything? I'd have to go all too far up to go and get them within range, right?
You won't be able to get both groups in range yet. The 30-foot was what let the 30-foot radius diameter is what let you get them before.
I mean, it's
They are outside the cave, so they're outside of your immediate explosive range if you keep Bertram in range.
I think I'd rather go and have two in the range rather than just one.
You're welcome to head outside.
Yeah.
All right. As he leaves, Bertram, you get your attack of opportunity if you'd
I
like.
take it.
Yeah.
Go forth. Cool, great, do things. I need you. 21.
Matt, were you ruling two-handed weapons both get a attack of opportunity? Or the dual wielding?
Probably not.
That was a debate we were talking about for a feat later on.
Okay.
Regardless, 21 to hit.
Okay, yeah. You got me.
Okie dokie. Bertram's got that going on. Alrighty, so... Kukri damage is... 14.
Okay, yeah.
That is halved since you're raging.
That's the shield,
It
still.
doesn't break my
Oh,
shield.
true. That's the shield still.
My shield hasn't even broken yet.
I heard shields break earlier, I just assumed. My bad.
He didn't catch himself in his
still
grenade.
there. I still got mine.
Alright, you can move the rest of your movement and easily get to the middle, like right up to the motorcycles where the two of them sat.
Yeah.
As you rush, and they're currently trying to like swing themselves off and get ready for combat.
Hello! Big old smile on my face. Wait, how smart is Rex?
That's a good question, you don't know.
Rex, send a message to Nessa! I'll hold him off while I can. Keep running.
Alright, you running? Are you gonna stop at them, or are you gonna keep running for past these guys?
I don't want Arik to just walk up behind me and stab me in the back, so I'd rather not have my back facing him.
Okay, you can flank to the other side of these guys. Jump, like, dash through the motorcycles and pop just to the other side of them.
Yeah.
Alright. That brings it to
Wait,
Bertram.
did my grenade do damage to the motorcycles as well? Electrical?
Yes, but not enough to break them.
Well, yes, I mean, do they look very damaged? Or is it just like they're 100%
They look a little
looking
damaged. They look somewhat damaged.
Like that's like
It's not like about
maybe?
to explode. No, it's not like about to explode. It's hard to tell. You're in combat. Getting a read on a vehicle's full function is not your expertise.
Yeah, okay. Bertram?
Bertram's turn.
Ow. Okay. Gotta go outside the cave. Can I navigate outside without getting into his, attack of opportunity area? I don't know how wide things went.
You can head outside without getting into his attack of opportunity area because he went to the other side of the group. I think, but at the front of the cave, you will be caught in the explosive range.
I'd rather
Good
not
apple.
do that. So...
If you have guns.
If you would like to keep moving out
Correct.
past that, I'd say you could probably move out past that into the side a bit out of it.
I've got 40 move speed at standard. Can I get to where I can kind of see things in the open area yet? I assume so.
Yeah, from the cave, you can see where he's at and where they're at from inside still. If you want to go outside, you have enough movement to go outside and to the side, or a little bit to be outside of his range as well.
Go out to the side and outside of his range.
Okay. As you move outside and get out the way.
Target acquisition. A robot that's gonna send a message. But yeah, put away the Kid Creek, get out the Electro SMG, fire off.
Roll to hit.
Natural 19.
Bye-bye, little fun.
Pretty
I
sure
don't
that hits.
Think I even need to whatever it.
Rex, roll damage.
Yay. That is between piercing and shock damage. Do you want me to separate them?
No, it's neutral.
Okie dokie. Then it is going to be 11.
He's down.
And you just turn and blur and destroy Rex.
And
I guess
then,
she doesn't get a chance to send a message off.
My baby.
And then offhand new fancy gun that I got. Pew. At the man that attacked recklessly.
Yep.
Natural 17.
I have a 7. Armor class of 17.
So you're guy.
So yeah.
Am I good? Can't remember.
And then
Like-
that is this die for pistols. 15 piercing damage. Tell me if I crack your shield.
You've cracked my shield. Okay.
And
so
then
14
bonus
half
action.
is
I-
7.
And then bonus action, I'm going to maintain about... I've been around Barry. What the fuck's his radius on exploding?
10 feet.
Okay. Make sure he doesn't stop within 10 feet of you guys, otherwise you're gonna get exploded. And he moves about 40, 50-ish. With remaining movement, and if I use my bonus action to dash, can I stay a respectable, like, 65-ish away?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright.
Alright, into your turn. That brings it to the brute, who is going to turn. Take note, he's not going to move much, because this is where he's supposed to be. He will pull out his shotgun.
Do I walk by the... Can I walk by the down droid as I do so?
Yeah.
I would like to
You'd
pocket.
have to go back into the cave to get the down droid.
Okay, I didn't know how far away I was whenever I was walking by.
He would not have been down when you went through initially. You would have to go back in since you went outside to shoot.
Okay, if I would have double backed, what's my maximum distance I could be away from Barry then? Because that's higher priority than just walking away.
Probably... Hold on, I'm doing math. Probably like 40 feet back.
Okay.
Alright. So you double back, grab the bot, or the wreckage of a bot, and
Yep.
go back outside. Brings to the brute, who will pull his shotgun, kind of the silent start type, and just level it and try to shoot Barry. With a 15?
15. I have AC of 17.
Alright. You're gonna sit there, and the other guy is going to move on to the next turn. He's staying close to keep you occupied. Scout is going to try and bail out and move away. You do get attack of opportunity for that.
Okay. That's just, Okay. 14.
14 unfortunately misses as you swing, and he...
Wait, no. No. Try those damage. Out of order.
Yeah, don't roll damage.
Oh, shit. Nat 20.
Okay, that 20, that is a crit.
Yeah, okay.
Roll your damage.
So, do I have to redo the damage dot?
Just double
roll,
whatever
or-
you got on the dice.
No, I mean, yeah, okay. Let's see. 12, 14, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, okay. 28.
Ouch! Fuck! As you swing and fucking clobber this man as he tries to get out, like running a heavy strike across his back, and staggers as he hits the ground on all fours for a second and like pushes himself back up to keep running off. That hurts a good little bit.
Does he look
Did
bloody?
you attack with advantage? You should have. If you didn't. You got a natural 20, doesn't matter.
I was gonna say, he got a crit on the first one anyways. You can't get better than that, literally. Yeah, he's definitely bloodied. 28 is an unhealthy blow for anybody.
Okay.
He's going to move his full 30 feet away, turn around, pull his sniper, and shoot you. There's a 19 hit.
Yes.
Gotcha. I need 10. You take 16 points of piercing damage as he levels what looks to be just a very simple what is it? A simple Atlas sniper rifle and shoots you.
Down to 8.
Yep. All right.
What?
As he's breathing heavy.
Raging.
And like trying to get out of the distance, doesn't want to be seeing what's about to happen. Well, it doesn't want to be in range of what's probably about to happen. That brings it back to the top of Barry,
All right.
who will
So.
explode.
Who will explode, and one person is within range, right?
Correct.
Ooh, I got good numbers there. Let's not add that to that. Okay. Okay, so that's 15 right off the bat.
All right, as you explode, the purple veins lighting up, energy gathering, and just and you rock the bikes again. The bikes are smoking.
Is he still on one?
No, they got off
right?
their bikes. They're just, you guys are fighting around them at the moment.
I'm probably within range of them if they go off, and that would hurt.
It would hurt.
I don't like that. I'm gonna go follow that dude who just ran the fuck away.
All right.
Let me-
You rush off in the direction. He only moved 30 feet. You can get it there.
Yeah.
Rue
40.
does not get an attack because he is using a shotgun. That is not a melee weapon.
I'm gonna beat his face in.
And you fucking rush the fucking scout as you run straight at him, and he's like putting down the scope like, fuck me kind of expression on his face as all muscle bound of you barrels at him.
Yeah. How does a 24 suit him?
24 will hit. Yeah, 24 will hit most things if you don't believe it.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what the fuck I do to this poor person. Alright. Not my best roll, but no. 10.
10 points is just enough.
Oh, really?
As you swing, crashing it down like you clobber along the side of the head, down into the shoulder as the scout is smashed into the ground, unconscious and bleeding out, probably.
Alrighty then.
As
Hi.
you just sprinted after him with a maul.
But do the bikes go boom now?
Bikes do not go boom yet.
That's what I'm asking Barry.
Hey, you do still have an attack. That was 30 feet.
Yeah. I still 10 feet worth of range, but
Yeah.
push it!
You can move back towards the brute, or you can move towards Bertram.
Question is, to use a corrosive marijuana rocket launcher, does it take a turn or anything to switch weapons or what?
No, generally you get like one free swap per turn.
Alright. So I'm gonna shoot the brute. And that has a range of what?
That has a splash radius that'll hit the
Yeah,
bikes.
splash
I think it's like
They'll hit the bikes, yeah.
10, 15 feet.
Question
Okay.
I don't fucking know what. Is that a deck save? Or what?
For the splash damage, it is. It's an attack roll on the person you're targeting.
Is there still an attack roll though?
There's an attack roll. Since you're shooting the big guy, you roll an attack roll against him.
The bike
Okay.
have deck save.
The dikes.
I'm sorry,
don't
I had
fix-
both things on there. It's just a little bit confused about which one, if it was a deck
That's
save
fair.
or if it was a.
So that's fair. It's a rocket launcher, so
Yeah.
you will make an attack on the big guy since you're hitting him. And normally it's a deck save for everything around it, but stationary vehicles don't get saves.
Yeah, and I'm gonna reckless attack on. Wait, can I reckless attack? Or is that just melee?
Cannot on the launcher.
Yeah, it's just melee.
Did you already do so with the mall?
No,
No.
it was just
Yeah,
a
you
regular
cannot
attack.
reckless on a launcher.
It didn't really matter because I got a 19 and that you had like What the fuck do I do?
Proficiency plus dex, but 19 is enough to hit this man. Roll your damage.
Oh yeah, it's like 4 fucking d8.
4 d8. You do
Yeah,
not
it's
add
4
modifiers.
d8. It's
but
corrosive.
4d8 corrosive.
It's corrosive. 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. Yeah, that's owie. Yeah, that's 22. Corrosive.
Pebbles to that.
Do the bikes then explode, damaging even more?
Do. So because of this, you do half of that. How much did you do? 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2?
22.
22 points of acid damage as you turn slide the ball in, destructing into its pocket as you just swerve the other one out of its little pocket dimension. Pull the trigger and just launch your rocker. Wow. A rocket comes out of the launcher, arcing across this and just exploding into this bright acidic green, coating him and the vehicles around him. Hold on, I'm doing math.
Bikes don't have much help.
Bikes don't have near as much health as the others because they're bikes.
I do believe that the setting has become a bit more even.
Whoa. Explosions.
Explosions!
The bikes actually do go off. That hits their 60 HP. As all of the bikes fucking explode.
This is why I ran away.
The guy in the middle even alive anymore?
He was, and then the bikes exploded. I'm gonna give him a chance to survive.
He's gonna be a bit over there, a bit over there. Yeah, it might land.
But each one explodes, so a dex save for each one. Dex is not his strong suit. He did pass one. And then the explosion damage. Thankfully it's bikes, so not the others.
What's the radius of the explosion?
Not big enough to hit Barry since he moved 30 feet away, and Bertram moved 40 away.
Popsicles.
Popsicle valve.
Now Arik can attack and bonus action dash away and roll in automatically.
What?
21 is... 12 plus 21 is what?
Alex, Eric about to automatically win?
33, 38.
Everyone is scared now. How can Eric just auto win?
Just dashing away and being able to attack you at the same time.
All I have to do is just run up to him and just give him a hug and then explode a few times.
He's gone. Well, there's the contemplation that the scout may be alive and just bleeding out. The brute is distinctively not, as the fire damage from the vehicles exploding absolutely incinerate him.
Also, I have the fucking rocket launcher. And a shotgun. And a pistol.
How many rockets did you have?
4!
Oh,
I
no
have
mind.
3 now.
Alright. Moving those two from the turrets. Bertram.
There is how far away?
About 10 feet from you.
Okay.
Oh god!
God damn it,
I wasn't
Barry.
aware I was that close. What'd you say?
I said, God damn it, Barry. I'm going to invoke authority, put 4 seals on you. For my bonus action.
Can you do that one time?
I can do it once per long rest.
You can use all 4 of them at once, I meant?
Yeah.
Silver Rogue.
Time for the fire laser. You didn't attack recklessly, so I have no way of advantage. But you're not that hard to hit.
Oh,
It's Barry.
I'm a brute.
Fire laser is a that, so that is going to be a 25. I'm assuming that hits.
No.
Well,
Why everyone
yeah.
think that?
He's like an Ooblex slime. The higher you roll, the harder you're hit.
sometimes. Assuming that hits,
Yeah.
it
Yes,
is
you hit, of course.
10 fire damage. And then consume all 4 seals. For an extra
50 health.
34.
So the 10 fire damage is doubled to 20.
Do I not have that?
No, you only have the physicals.
This is
This
force.
is what, 8?
It's mage.
This is what, 8?
I don't know. I'd say fire is rather physical.
This is what,
All
8?
right. Say
And how
again?
much force damage?
34.
So you take 54 points of damage.
So 34, you say. I'm still up, by the way.
Neat, second shot.
Like, how well do you look?
Rather annoyed
Okay.
and startled.
Atlas pistol, go boom. That is a 15 plus 9 for 24.
How much damage, though?
D6 plus 4 for 8.
And I have
So-
that bitch, right?
That one you do.
For 4.
Make that a
I'm
tracking
still
shot. I move 40 feet
Second
away.
What? You're
You
what?
have to declare the tracking shot ahead of time.
I didn't know how you were running that. Okay.
Alright, I'll let it slide this time because I may not have said it before properly. At least
Oh,
going forward.
it doesn't need to be. Trust me, he's not going anywhere. And then 40 feet away.
Alright, so you're now 50
How
feet away?
far away?
He's now 50 feet away.
And if there's anything I could duck
Um,
behind to not be in rocket range, I would like to, but if there's not, that's fine.
There's plenty of rocks and craggy areas around here. You could duck behind something. Alright, he is now 50 feet away. Barry, it is your turn. Top of a round. Your explosion goes off. The scout finishes dying.
Can that bitch do the seals again?
You don't know. He's 50 feet away, and Bertram stuck behind cover of a rock.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So what are you doing?
And after that hit, I look fine.
You look fine. Barry doesn't look fine. Barry looks rather annoyed and startled. So he's 50 feet away, right?
Correct.
How much range does a grenade launcher have?
Rocket launcher has
60 to
60 to
240.
40. He is behind cover.
Does that actually help much splash, though?
It raises his AC.
You can't hit him with the main thing, but if you really tried, you could probably angle it so the splash hit. It's just less damage.
And he picked up the robot, right?
Correct.
Did we ever get any fucking healing items? I don't remember.
I don't know if you did. If you did not write them down, probably not.
I was carrying around a lot. Still am.
Yeah. That's what I get for letting out people carry my...
Alright, run 40 feet. Come around the corner with a double rocket.
Wait a minute, I can do that.
You could run 40 feet forward and try to get at an angle.
I can run
don't know
40
if you
feet and then
would.
use 2 double rockets, though.
Correct.
I do have two
You
attacks.
don't know from here to be able to get into it. He ducked behind a rock. It'd be hard to say how much cover he would have if you moved forward that much.
I just said it as a suicide tactic.
I'm considering it. Because I know that me having almost 100 health is a bit ridiculous, but he doesn't, right? He's a fucking... What are you again?
That's
Yeah,
you trying to guess numbers, a numerical game. What are you doing,
Oh,
Barry?
shut up, Matt.
Yeah, he's got monthly
I'm-
details.
Yeah. Fuck it. Why not? I'm going to run up. And I want to go and, don't zoom in there. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Let's do this corrosive shit.
Alright, as you
Double
sprint
rock.
40 feet forward, you do start to get a better view of it. You still have half cover at least. You have half cover there, Bertram.
That translates
Which
to
is-
2.
I believe at this level, half cover, it's a +2 to AC.
Okay.
But hey, he's got
What's
his
a
gun.
nat
up to
20
this-
plus 6 say to that?
Well, that 20 auto crits. It hits.
Unlucky!
So 48.
Sometimes you just need to shoot someone in the chest with a rocket.
So what was that? Oh yes, I have to actually roll things now. These ducks are fucking awesome!
Oh yeah, the duck dice have been good.
Yeah,
They have been good.
just loving this. This is great.
I have to ask, is Barry trying to kill Bertram or trying to knock him unconscious to deal with?
Knock him unconscious.
Alright,
With my
fair
axe.
warning. Rocket launcher is pretty fucking hard to knock somebody unconscious with.
Yeah, he's
I'm
in
aware.
there.
Just making sure.
He's seen Bertram take worse. Really fine.
He also just did that to me.
Thought he had another shot with the laser to your chest.
I don't have extra
Yeah,
attack.
oh. Okay, so that's critical that.
That's
God.
double, yeah, you double the 48.
56!
Alright, 56 points of damage.
7, times 2.
And I think your shield now shifts. Correct?
Okay.
It shifts?
Don't worry
And
about
what are you doing with yours? Are you shooting Keegan?
Is he still up?
Ow.
He's still
Sounds
up.
like yes.
Okay,
it. He's got a high con,
Very-
3 D10s.
what?
He's got a high con, D10s, D8s.
Yeah, Barry's surprised this dude's still up and not liking this. If he gets another turn, that's it. So, let's do another rocket to the face. Dice
Okay.
don't fit now. Okay. I mean, it's no 20, but 19 isn't too bad.
19, you
Does that
say?
hit you? Did 19 hit?
Negative
It doesn't.
because of cover.
And
You don't
it
have-
splashes
Uh,
this.
Eric-
You have to make a dex
Eric.
save still.
Remember, you don't have your shield on.
I know, but
Yeah.
I got improved armor.
Your dual wielding pistol. You have 17 or you have 18 base AC now. Nice.
That will still be a dex save because of splash radius. Roll your
Extended
damage
saving throw.
and cut it in half, Dylan.
Oh, he's taking
What?
enough.
Roll 48 and cut it in half for me.
Yeah, I can.
He's
19.
taking nothing. He's taking nothing.
11.
Alright. Let me just make sure of rocket launch rules.
I am curious of Bertram's max health, though.
Not very high anymore.
So am I now.
I was gonna say bullshit.
Oh shit! You've taken what? My explosive
So you
thing
take
to the face
5.
once, then a grenade, then 2 rocket launchers.
So you take 5 corrosive damage.
Woohoo.
I
5?
actually believe you half again.
What? How's he
Shield.
Yeah.
He's got a special shield.
I broke the shield.
Yeah, it keeps going. It's got its own effect. Barry would have had no way of knowing that he picked this up.
Hell, Dylan didn't know he had picked this up. So I mean, yeah, Barry didn't know.
That is the end of Barry's turn, though. Unless you have a bonus
Rip
action.
Barry. I suppose grenades are bonus.
Nope.
Barry,
Your turn.
can I find a rock to
Fucking
go and
ow.
jump behind? Can I find a rock to
You
jump
used
behind?
all of your movement. You used all of your movement to get this shot.
Ay. I think I'm about to go down, but yeah, I gave it my best.
If only you had switched to the shotgun and shot him in the face, but you couldn't have known.
I couldn't have known.
What? That was a lot. There's a lot of green. You can still feel the burn seeping through it. The shield is helping to gain as it sparks and energy ripples across, but it is still burning a lot.
Okay.
Throw another grenade at you.
Fire laser go pew.
Alright, roll to hit.
15 plus 9.
Yes.
Yeah. Every 17.
Good
Yeah,
night, sweet
yeah.
Barry.
I don't think I have
How
advantage
much
from anything.
damage?
D4s are angry little pyramids. 12 initially, up to 24.
Yeah, no, you got me.
How did
Is
fight for your
Barry
life
down?
mechanics work?
The fight for your life mechanics are all listed right there. He goes down. He is in fight for his life at that point. He's still functional for a certain amount of rounds.
Really?
Does Barry keep exploding and fight for his life?
I think so.
I think you said yeah.
Correct.
You also said that with me throwing grenades and fight for my life
And
as
he's
well.
10 feet away from me at this
You
point.
cannot. Correct.
If I leave him be, he'll fucking melt me. He's already killed 2 people here. So,
I don't know, he might run away.
pistol, holster, knife. 10 feet away, 10 feet. Stab. That'll hit.
You're gonna run up and stab him?
I have to. I've got to knock away 2 saves.
That will hit. Nope. Only save and fight for your life.
And then mobile, bonus action, 40 feet away behind more rocks. Make it to where I can't even see him. I'm just gonna wait. Hopefully.
Wait.
So
Mobile,
30,
40
70 feet.
away.
70 feet total.
30 feet away. Nope. Double actions are part of that. Yep, that's right. 70 feet away as you just run up, stab him once, and run away. After
Just sit somewhere and
burning a searing line across his chest.
try not to succumb to acid wounds. If he doesn't die, he doesn't die.
Alright. That is mark off 1 failed save, Barry.
That'd be 2.
And please.
It's melee.
Huh?
That'd be 2,
Nope,
it's melee.
1. Fight for your life.
Okay.
Fight for your life. It's only 1. That's what I was saying there before. At the top of your round, please roll a death save.
This is a D20, right?
Correct.
Do I gotta add anything to this?
Nope.
Did a 19 do anything for me?
That is a pass. So in fight for your life, your speed is reduced to 10. Rolls are at disadvantage. And the only way to get back up is through a number of other little things, like downing a creature, healing yourself in some way, or rolling a 20. However, you also know you have a limited amount of time before you go unconscious. What would you like to do?
Do those other 2 dudes look like I don't have a health file on them? I still
If they
intact one?
did, they probably don't after they got exploded.
I mean,
It's hard to
what?
say from here, as you are currently like 70 feet away.
70 feet, really? Or no
You
two
moved
different
40
ways?
to get the shot.
Mhm.
You're 40 and 70 away, respectively, from the out and brute.
34 turns. I need to get 20, you say? I suppose this is gonna function like a video game, and let me just go and eat some rations and heal from that. I'm
Not unless you got a health vial.
I didn't think about them, no. What, can I check her grenade?
No, grenades are unavailable and fight for your life.
Come on. I saw where the fuck the other dude went, right?
You saw Bertram run off to the distance, and I believe he said duck behind some rocks.
Duck behind rocks immediately. He probably, unless the pathing was really bad, he shouldn't have my exact location.
No, like, he's out of sight for the moment. You just saw the direction you took off in. You have a rough idea of where he would be.
Absolutely no chance of any Hellfowls possibly surviving on the other dude who's 40 feet away, right?
It'd be hard to say. Like I said, you're 40 feet away. Hard to say from here. There's just a good chance he broke stuff.
And it'd be like 3 turns anyways, wouldn't it? 40?
Because you can only move 10 feet per round. Unless you
Yeah.
dash for 20.
Okay, I'm gonna dash for 20 towards the other dude, because otherwise I'm fucking dead
Alright.
anyways.
As you, like, slide the rocket launcher in the back and start crawling quickly that direction. Scrabbling across the grounds. Bertram, what are you doing?
Going ow and not trusting that he's down and breaking into my freaking healing supplies
Oh!
for a bonus action.
Don't be a cheater,
Alright.
cheat!
I got it.
Don't! Alright. Nothing I could do to possibly go and get back up.
And
Fucking use a bandage.
for my
You like that?
action, does it look like I can clamber up and actually see what the hell's going on over there?
Do you want me to know where you are?
Make an athletics check if you want to clamber up some rocks to get a good eye view from here instead.
I just need to see what's
Of course
happening.
That'd let you see where I am, though. I mean, I would let me see where you are, though.
That's 21.
Yeah,
hide
I'd say
for
you can
reason?
clamber up and get an idea. It looks like Barry's crawling back towards where the other people were. Your two dead compatriots.
Alright. Let's get out the explosive rifle and take a shot at one of the dead ones.
The dead ones, okay.
Okay.
You dick now.
Disadvantage, I'm assuming.
No, they're corpses.
I didn't know, man. They're also prone and I'm attacking at range.
They're corpses. Prone works for living creatures. When you die, you become an object.
But pew! And then get the fuck back down.
Yeah, it's like
Move the
AC-10.
remainder of my movement.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one closest.
Okay,
Him.
so you shoot the scout and an explosive round hits and buries it and explodes. A good portion of like the upper torso.
And then whatever remaining movement, clamber immediately back down. Get out of there.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna ask. Is Bertram is Bertram going to see this through to get rid of Barry?
I'm wanting that motherfucker to be unconscious before I reapproach the area.
Alright. Yeah. Barry, roll death save at the start of your turn. As a bullet just exploded part of the corpse that you were crawling towards.
It's still 20 feet away. Fine.
Yeah, roll death save.
There's a 14 count.
That's a pass.
I guess I get 3 of these. I go pass out, right?
Nope.
If I succeed at 3,
what
I
are you gonna
mean,
do? Nope. So how
I
this works?
die. Oh.
Are you crawling towards him still?
Ugh. I guess I get to go leave a message on the Echo device to Nessa and to a bunch of people who don't fucking have their Echo devices anymore, right?
Pretty well.
And,
Literally, I think from the old
Yeah.
group, only Bertram and Jethro currently have their devices.
why wouldn't I have mine? She just told me to drop it earlier.
I was talking about the two of you.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
talking about
so-
besides you.
So I guess I get to just, leave an echoed message like every other person on Pandora about how I'm just slowly dying.
What do you leave on the device?
The general information just is Bertram led 2 people to go after you, Nessa and Crystal. I held him off as best I could, but he brought me down. He has Rex. Don't trust him.
Right. And at the end of your turn, you
Wait,
go
hold on.
unconscious.
He's taking them.
Well, this is gonna go last little bit.
The lance is led by Anshin now.
Alright, and that is where
Which I
you
don't
go
think that can
unconscious
go.
at the end of your second turn.
Yeah, okay.
Bertram.
He done.
I was gonna go one more round because he has one more. He has death save still.
Oh, I have one more round? Okay.
No, you're unconscious, but that doesn't mean you're not rolling death saves.
Just look
Okay.
up and watch. If it
Alright,
looks like
just look
he's
up and watch.
finally not doing
He's
anything.
out on the ground. He's not even moving at this point.
Okay. I approach
death
the
save,
area.
Dylan.
Another 14.
That is 3 passes. You stabilize. What are you doing, Bertram?
Hey, you
Are
said
you
I
approaching the
wouldn't.
area?
I explicitly asked you that.
And I'm a notorious, throw you off in the wrong way. I said you want to come back. But, what you doing? Approaching the area?
Can steal all my shit.
Well, that is part of it. Go over, make
Kill
sure
me.
Barry's actually fucking down. Very, trepidatiously.
Barry is unconscious. Barry, I would just say that you know this, you've done enough stuff. Barry's fully unconscious right now after the unholy amount of punishment you put him through.
Okay. I look over at the destroyed bikes.
They are destroyed. By corrosive, meaning there's not a lot left.
Yep. Gonna go over there and I am going to see if he has anything of particular note. Mainly just his echo. I don't want your actual weapons or shit.
Well, how would you know? You were hiding behind a rock.
Well,
So, I mean,
I crawled back up.
and
But I
you
also
crawled
want
back
your
down.
communication device.
You crawled your ass back down. You didn't see nothing.
I don't need to
He's
see it.
searching your unconscious body.
I'm searching your unconscious body.
Bro, what all do you have on you, Dylan?
dog.
Because I don't believe it's a lot.
A maul, a pistol, a shotgun, a rocket launcher, grenades.
A nice ass.
Fucking shields and, I don't know, flashlight, rations, demolition kit. What the fuck you want from me, man?
I just want your echo.
The echo's not particularly hard to find.
What about his shoes?
You can keep his shoes on, but I'm taking the rest of his stuff and I'm putting it up against a nearby rock, along with your sticky bomb and notes. Then I'm going to sigh heavily. And see if there's anything that I can
just
access
help
immediately
me.
on this echo.
What'd you say? You're just gonna delete everything on the Echo?
I'm going to see if there's anything I can access immediately. Probably not. Probably got a password.
Yep.
It has a password.
Never gonna guess what it is.
I don't even try.
It's a name that I'm pretty sure only Matt knows.
So, he's propped up, he is unconscious. You have the echo device.
Going to sigh heavily.
About 3 a.m. in the morning.
Take whatever, cloth or, material stuff I can from the corpses and give him a quick little tie-up. Nothing he can't break through. And then I'm going to radio to the best.
What are you radioing back?
I'm working on it. This is Bertram. We found Barry halfway along the way. Looks like they and the others have split. Barry's killed the other two, and then he's managed to get himself away. I'm limping back to base because I don't have anything left in me. If I could get
You'll just get
pick up
back
halfway
the-
through, that'd be very kind.
Alright. Yeah, you'll just get back a calm voice saying, noted and confirmed. Pickup can be sent along the way.
I
Please
get
keep
coordinates of an area probably about a mile away.
Say, please give us a rough approximation of where to pick you up. Are you just walking back?
Yeah.
Okay. So, part of the way back, because you get back, you're gonna have this. Unless you sleep really, really late into the day, you're just going to have a level of exhaustion at this point.
I think that I'll deal with that in the medic tent. When they're curing my acid burns.
But you get picked up, you get taken back, and morning comes. And morning's gonna come very differently for a large number of you. We're gonna start with somebody who's been a bit quiet this session, unfortunately. Shmeet, buddy.
Yes.
You wake up in the morning. You're in the ground.
Yes.
Or you thought you were in the ground, because that's where you were before. However, you've noticed something about your surroundings right about now that's a little odd.
Did a bird get him?
I don't like this.
And gooier than you expected.
Oh no.
And you realize
That's
it's
my mouth.
moving.
When he moves, does it go?
How do you react to being pushed into you, warm surfaces and squeezing up against you with goop and ooze coming off of it?
The fuck did I get eaten without even noticing?
The loop.
I'm gonna bite it
How
back.
would you manage to be able to be breathing from inside a beast?
He fell in the Sarlacc pit. There's plenty of air in there.
Yeah. Alright.
You're gonna bite it back?
Yep.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Yeah. 25.
25. You start biting into flesh that's around you. It doesn't seem particularly effective. But you are biting into it, and you can still undulate and move or rack in pain a little bit at first.
Mm.
And it just keeps you can tell you're moving at a fairly decent pace right now. You have probably very little idea of what's actually happening to you. Besides the fact you can surmise you've been eaten, as you have been eaten before.
So it had a little dangly bit in the back of its throat.
You can feel that you're not in its throat. You might have gone very quickly down this thing. There seems to be just... It's probably got undulating walls of flesh pushing up against you, is what it feels like. It can't really see anything in here. It's just pitch black.
Okay, can I feel the heartbeat?
Make a perception check?
Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay. You can feel a little bit of a heavy doom, 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 that ripples through occasionally.
Gonna move towards it.
It's kind of hard to tell where. You're gonna try and move. You're just squirming around a bit. Make an athletics check. We're gonna have an
Advantage,
adventure
disadvantage.
inside this thing. It's just an athletics check.
Twenty-two.
22. As you just start squirming, trying to get through it, you're having issues pushing through because you just keep hitting walls, your feet are sliding, your fingers are sliding. Not a good way to get a grip. It's just slick inner muscular walls. pushing you down further, and you realize you're getting pushed down towards the digestion and stomach of this creature. It feels like you slowly are worming your way closer to it. What are you doing as you get close to this heart?
I'm gonna pull out my bully monk fist.
Okay, as you rage.
Yep.
Start to mutate, start swinging.
Gonna keep clawing my way towards it, punching as I go.
Alright.
Keep the rage up, and then I'm gonna use this fucking heart as the damn speed bag.
As you are clawing your way through, trying to tear and punch at the heart of this creature, you feel the movement it's kind of been in a steady burrowing through a little bit of an up and down, always going steady forward. It feels like for a little. You hear a loud roar from this creature as it just moves upwards violently and suddenly.
Wait, I have an idea. I can choke out a valve and stop its fucking blood flow.
You don't have that kind of medical knowledge of these creatures, man.
But he does know heart tastes
an
good.
animal.
You're going for the heart, but like I said, as you're going for the heart, suddenly this whole creature, whatever you're in, just seems to explode violently upwards somehow. And you go up, and you feel that it's a very similar pit of the bottom of your stomach dropping out as you start to fall rapidly.
I bear hug the heart.
You bear hug the heart as
And I'm squeezing.
BAM! Slam hard on the ground. And currently the creature is not moving. It's just squeezing on the heart.
I'm gonna keep bear hugging it until it pops.
It doesn't take long. Make a perception check.
$25.
25. You can actually hear a very muffled voice.
Thing is talking to me.
I can't answer that for Schmeat. I wish I could, but I can't.
I'm gonna find the exit, but I'm carrying the heart with me.
As you're squirming around and trying to get out of this, you watch as a brief, but the thing starts to move. And then something starts you recognize the sound of flesh cutting and parting as it just suddenly something opens and light pours out over you. Is the flesh sloughs apart, light pops out, and immediately as you're catching this light, blinding, you see a very short, kind of scrawny person with the short black hair, face mask, and smiley face on it, just staring down, making eye contact with you suddenly. In that brief instant before anything else happens, what are you doing?
Gonna jump out the hole.
You jump out the hole and you watch as they just go, "What the fuck?" and start backing up for a second.
This is mine. Holding the heart. Eating it.
Okay.
No touch.
Okay. No, you just backs up a little bit farther. Okay, you can have that.
Sit down. Feet out, eating it like a little kid.
Can I, as they point over at the actual body of the Thresher?
Keep it. I got what I
I
want.
want all of it. Just ate something important as they walk around and giving you a birth. And you watch they pull out a set of gloves and just unroll it. That's basically the equivalent of disposable gloves that go all the way up to mid-arm. They just reach in. They're digging around. And they pull out a couple of objects from it. Are you
Who are you?
okay?
Yes. I say what I'm
I need...
this up too, don't I?
I've been on Pandora for a while now. That's... I didn't think anybody would survive that.
Oh.
Were you in... How long were you inside of that?
I don't know, just woke up.
You just woke... Okay, you just woke up. Okay. I don't know how to process this entirely yet, so I'm just gonna lock that at the vault for now. I feel the need to offer some help. Sure, can I help you somehow?
EchoNet?
Yeah, I have an EchoNet.
Extra?
I don't have an extra here, but I got someplace nearby we can go to get one.
Please, I need to find friends.
Could I hose you off first?
The fuck's a hose?
Can I spray you down with water so you don't get that in my vehicle?
Okay.
Thank
Who
you.
are you? Name?
Oh, Felix.
Meet.
Nice to meet you, Schmeet. Just still staring for a second. This is a very strange morning.
Location.
The Highlands, off a little ways from any of the major settlements.
What was the name of the place I just came from?
You guys were just at Overlook, if you're talking about the town.
Far from Overlook.
Decent drive out.
Many days.
Less than one still.
I go.
I'm gonna spray you down. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just a little shocked at this morning start. Came out for a weird report on something. I finally got it. You're here. I don't know what happened there. And just starts spraying you down in the middle of you eating this heart. So you're still getting some off and just keeps spraying you after each bite of it as you just cause more blood and gore to go everywhere. All right, that's good. And you see as they back this up and they have a hose. Well, looks to be very similar to the technical you guys had, but except the back of it's the walls are tossed out. This is almost like a flatbed with this winch on the back.
This thing is
Give me
really
a few minutes.
sharp.
I need to
Right?
load that up. And do what?
The Threshers have really sharp teeth, right?
They have teeth?
Do they?
I don't think so.
Threshers?
Yeah, teeth.
Threshers have teeth, I believe, but they're not usually the thing. They usually just beat you to death and eat you whole.
They have
I think.
whale mouths. I think they beat everything with their tentacles until it's a fine paste, and then they just shuffle it
beat things
inside.
to death, and then they beat it to death and kind of swallow it whole. Would be my best guess.
I mean,
I would
the
say they
beacon
have,
was
something in
fine
there to
from the
push
gluttonous
stuff
one.
down.
So they didn't shoot.
They do have whale mouth.
So you're not chewed up.
Oh no, I was planning on just breaking some of the teeth off and making a weapon out of it.
Doesn't really have teeth. And while you're finishing your heart, you watch as they back the truck up some to the front of it and lower the bed so it's at an angle, and they hook it, strap it up almost and winch it up onto the bed for the most part, and then just back down. And you watch as this very 5'3" person is trying to push the tail of the thresher onto the bed of the truck.
I help.
As you just walk up and 1, 2, 3 and throw the whole end of the tail back up on there. Whew. Thank you for that. Well, let's get you a ride. You said you need an extra EchoNet?
Yes.
Okay. My morning's starting great. Hop on in, let's go.
I has no money.
That's, normally, that's a fair reason, but you just got ate by a thresh. If anybody needs just a good churn today, I think it might be you.
Nope.
Wow, that's a sentence. They start the truck and start to pull off.
Does he know his coat, or is he just in rags?
I think he still has his clothes.
Yep.
They're just very sopping wet right now. So, to two other individuals waking up this morning in distinctively better situations, Crystal and Nessa. You guys getting up? How's it going?
Tex rolled a 23, by the way. You never came back to it.
That's okay, because I rolled for your random encounter for the night and it got blank.
I'd say I'm doing pretty good. I'm under a cage, so things could be better, but they could also be much worse.
This is fair. As this fine morning
Be
finds you
very.
out inside the stomach of the beast, what do you guys plan on doing?
Nessa's gonna dig in her bag for some jerky.
Alright.
She's gonna hand some to Crystal.
You know, I still have like 20 something days worth of rations that you gave me before.
She's gonna put her finger over her lips and hand her the jerky.
I mean, a jerky. I'm not gonna whine or anything like that.
Nessa's
What
gonna
time
sit
is
with
it?
her knees to her chest eating jerky.
How'd you holding up there? Been a long couple of days, day and a half.
It feels like weeks.
Has it been a week yet?
I don't think so.
I hope not. You know, we still have to go further, right?
Day.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Anywhere specifically you want to go?
I don't know where we are right now.
Good point. Good point.
Are we gonna have to run forever?
Probably not forever. For a long time, yes. Probably not forever.
Oh. Well, that's concerning.
Best case scenario, we find a ship, commandeer it, and get off the planet. Then no one knows who we are. Start all over.
And what about our friends?
That's a problem. I don't even know what happened to most of them.
I hope Schmeat's okay.
I mean, he's Smeet. If anyone's okay, it's gonna be him. Don't know about Bertram, but also Bertram's very, how do you say, self-sufficient?
What do you think
Independent.
happened?
Our identities got out. They found out about our bounties. They probably got raised a ton, and they tried to turn us in.
What if they got captured?
That's always a possibility. They can be captured, or they can be dead. Like you meant what happened with the Lance.
Nessa's eyes are gonna get big and she's gonna look at the ground at the thought that they're dead.
Probably not dead. right? Like, you didn't hear any fighting or a message on the EchoNet saying that they were fighting.
No,
Might be the
I didn't
best.
really hear anything.
What time is it in the morning?
You guys got a late bedtime, so I'd say it's probably like 10, 11-ish. Just a little bit before noon.
You think Barry's gonna be okay by himself?
Barry's fine. He wasn't one of their target. He didn't have a bounty. Remember?
Oh yeah.
It's only the three of us, and then I don't know why they wanted Smeet. That's kind of strange.
Maybe they didn't want Schmeat. Maybe they wanted to put him in a zoo.
Risk him eating all of their animals? I don't think they would want that.
Well, he is interesting.
He is interesting. He is very unique. There's only
I
one of
have
them.
never met a critter quite like Schmeat.
Alright. There's no use dwelling on this right now. We kinda gotta get going. We're still too close to their base for comfort, you know?
I'm going to put Tex in his like little pouch thingy.
All right, as you activate it, Crystal, you watch as text dissolves into like cubic digistruct particles and just sucks up like a whirlpool into a device on the hanging off of like Nessa's hip and belt.
It'd probably be easier if they don't see his tracks.
Didn't know you could do that. Yeah, that would
The
make
more
things
you
easier.
know. Yeah. I kind of forgot about it.
I had a whole plan and everything, trying to get Rex or Tex out so he can erase his tracks and all that, but now I don't even need it.
I can bring him back out and we can do your
No.
plan.
You know what? Actually,
You're
yes,
really-
you bring him back out. Put him away later.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bring him back out.
Now we just need to go find a river.
Are we going to travel by river?
We're gonna make it look like
In the
we're
desert?
We're not in the desert. We're in the highlands.
Correct.
I don't know what that
May or
means.
may not.
It means it has
High
rivers.
mountainous areas, large cliffs sweeping up, a lot of low valleys, a lot of greenery, like low-setting greenery, like that. And a lot of valleys like depressed down all the way into like a rocky, craggy creek. There's a number of roads all about, including bridges over said creeks. And periodically, there's remnants of like what looks like security walls.
Well, dang.
Out in the desert.
Wouldn't it be best, though, if we didn't have any of Texas tracks walking around?
If we suddenly didn't have Texas tracks walking around, that would mean we either left him somewhere, or he went off in his own direction.
I have an idea. How about we find a little critter that we tape like little feet to, so it makes it seem like Tex is going a different way?
It would have to be heavy enough to mimic, Texas feet footsteps. I love the idea. Just we can't use a little critter.
We can find a big critter.
Bullymong on
Do you know how to
stilts.
talk to animals?
Pathetic. Bullymong on stilts. Now I have that image in my head. I don't like it. What did you ask?
Do you know how to talk to animals?
I want to say no, but siren magic, so maybe. I haven't tried.
See, this is where having more people in the party would come in handy. Because I could just tape him to Schmeat, his little feet, and have him run in a different direction. He ditches the feet and meets us at a location. They wouldn't know no better.
Then they could follow Smeat's extra footsteps, leading to the
He
second
doesn't make
location.
footprints. Does he even have feet? Does Schmeat have feet?
He's got feet.
Pretty
They're
sure he
just
has feet.
odd.
Schmeat just
Highlight of
barrel
tonight.
rolls.
Does he even have feet?
No, which does Schmeat have feet?
I
It
just-
has to rhyme.
I just picture Schmeat just barrel rolling his way, so there's no footprints.
Dark Souls light roll.
No, he's like Link. Here, hui.
I was thinking more Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, it's You ever played I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream?
Gross.
Wait, no, he moves like Super Meat Boy.
He's like the monkey man in that. Like broken backwards.
Man,
Better
broken
yet,
back.
Schmeat finds an animal and rides it back to us. then
just
there's
still
no
tracks
Smeat
leading
feet.
back to us.
Yeah, but they won't know to follow that. It's just a random critter.
Hey guys, it looks like Schmeat got eaten here. Or the raptor did. Do we follow it? Why not?
Raptors don't get eaten. They're the top predator.
Saurians are the top predator on your planet.
I know that.
I was confirming.
I actually did not know that.
So, what seems to be the plan for our dynamic duo?
Don't want Smeat with us, so we can't have Smeat do it. That thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But you are notoriously short of Smeat at the moment.
Should have rescued Schmeat.
Being moved.
Meat is best.
After, I still feel the need to go find a river.
Okay. You could probably see a number of options from here just alone. Like I said, you guys ended up kind of high up on something last night. Are you looking for anything particular out of it, or just waterway? Because there's a couple of waterway snaking places, including past that little, camp that you think you saw last night.
Can Tex and I help?
This is just one where I'm saying he has a number of options. This is not one like
Okay.
they have to roll for. This is just you guys are up high and can see a number of rivers and streams. Well, none of them are rivers, but streams, creeks, that kind of stuff.
So any of them seem like it
So-
would take some effort to cross.
This is gonna raise her hand.
Yes.
So I have a question. If they see the tracks in here, aren't they gonna think to follow one of them waterways?
Exactly.
So
That's
they
why
just
we're
have
not
to guess
following the
which one?
waterway.
Oh, we're not?
No, we're just gonna make them think we're following a waterway.
Clicks pen.
Hey?
Takes notes.
Ew.
Because once
I
we walk
gotcha.
across a river, we could go down the river, we could go up the river, we could just cross the river. There's 3 different directions you can go to.
Nessa's gonna put her hands on Crystal's shoulders. They don't know that text can disappear.
They don't know that text can disappear.
They don't know text can disappear.
Which means we could just disappear and they would never find our tracks. Or it
They
takes a
never
while.
know. Now we need to
Find the
get
tracks.
shoes that are the wrong size.
I like how this slow.
Now, what was that? Hello? What did you just
I didn't
say?
hear you, Matthew.
I said I love
Yeah.
how this is slowly growing more and more elaborate. That all evolve around shoes.
If they
We do
see
have a pair of
things that are
cycle masks, don't
comically
we?
big, they're not gonna think they
You do.
belong to us.
I mean, go kill yourself from psychos and steal the shoes.
That's also an option. I'll just think about stealing their mask. And then using the
You already
mask. as
have
shoes.
psycho masks. You
Yeah.
already have some.
So, like, what's happening?
That's why I was asking
Nothing. Pre-planning.
Going with my previous question, was there a river that looks like it would take some effort to cross, or that's
There's a
you
couple of
could
them
cross
that would
or
fall under
swim
that.
down?
There's a couple that would fall under that. Like none of them are. Most of them are small little places like you could easily wade across. But there's, I'd say, 2 main ones within reach that make a little bit take more effort than just wading. It'd probably take a little bit of effort to get across. Like I won't say river. Nothing around here like right now looks like river size, but like maybe 30 or 40 feet across, and it could get decently deep in the middle.
I want to go for one of the waiting ones.
Okay, one of the wading ones.
Yeah, one of the waiting ones.
All right. As you climb down, you pick your way down the mountain. You'll have to pick your way down the cliffside. I'm going to pause this here briefly while you ponder this plan a little bit further, as we seem to be in the planning, and roll back to Barry, who's also waking up about this time. Actually, probably a little bit earlier, because he went to bed a bit earlier.
Barry got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, Barry, you wake up in the morning having had a long rest, and thankfully, nothing has eaten you.
It's all my shit there. Where's my stuff?
I think if you look at your stuff, you have it.
You're cutting out.
Say it again. Stop talking. Wait a minute. Okay, now. Say something?
Am I good now?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. So I would say if you go over your stuff as you wake up bound with scraps of stuff that aren't hard to break.
Okay.
It's most to have all your stuff except your EchoNet.
Which, given the fact that I left the message on the thing and just kind of broadcast the fucking thing, I'm fine, right? If they ever actually
You
get
left a
it.
message on it and you sent it to them. We'll see how that goes. You don't know how that'll end. As you just
I
sent
did
it out
say
in
that I
your head.
sent it to everybody.
Yeah, you
So,
sent
I
it
mean-
to all of the messages on your thing.
So, I mean, if what the fuck? Smeet. Yeah, if Smeet gets a new Echo device, would he go and get that as he just logs into his account or whatever? Would he get a message? Or is that just...
Good question. We'll find out.
Ow.
How's that going
Ow,
to work?
popsicle hard. Ugh. So I'm gonna break out of my bindings and look through my shit, make sure everything's there.
Like I said,
Hello?
everything but the EchoNet. As far as I understand.
Okay.
There's also a couple extra
s-
things.
What'd you take?
Wait, sir?
I left the stuff that Jeffrey wanted me to give.
Oh! Sorry, I didn't realize you were leaving that there.
Yeah.
You also find what looks to be some sort of adhesive explosive and a echo recorder.
Adhesive explosives, a sticker grenade, and
Like something you'd slap on something, not like throw and it sticks easy. It's kind of like circular shaped, kind of like flatter, like a disc, almost like a landmine.
Can you send me the information for that in the chat
will.
so I can put in later?
I will.
And echo. Yeah, okay. Huh. Full rest, right?
Full rest.
Okay then. I feel a sudden and urgent need to go and talk to Nessa and Crystal.
You feel this urge and realize, unfortunately and uselessly, you have no way of contacting them.
I did see which way they wandered off, though.
You did see which way they wandered off.
I think I need to go and find them.
So you're going to attempt to follow them?
Yeah.
Make
Because
a survival check to start tracking, I guess.
okay. Shit, do I have survival anything? Survival anything? I don't
Just
know.
let me know whenever.
See.
Let me know if you're playing the recorder, and I'll read off the message.
He doesn't have an echo device to play it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, those actually need an echo device to play.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like when you see him in the game, you watch as they put like a tape into their echo device.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what was I looking for again?
Survival.
Nature? Survival. Okay.
Bertram leaves the tape behind, takes the tape recorder.
I also didn't know how those machines worked.
I just like the
Oh, we
idea.
all learn something new every day.
I thought it was going to be something with a play button on it.
I
No,
just
it's
kind of like
literally like a
cassette
most
tape
echo
or something.
recordings are literally just like pieces you plug in.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna just be a little play button too, but now I like the idea of Bertram just kind of giving, like, sitting there, acid wounds, waiting to get picked up, little chuckle. He can't play that.
19.
Not enough malice for that to be the case, though I am upset because acid burns.
You are currently getting those treated still this morning.
Hooray!
Don't worry, I'm rather upset with you as well.
You should be dead.
You could have just helped. You could have went back to my side, and
But-
everything would be fine. Instead, you helped them.
Regardless of that at the moment, we can talk on that one later. You take a look around, you see the direction. You have to go a little ways before you really pick up on anything. But you get a couple hints that may be them and may be small game.
Either works.
But that's your best lead at the moment.
Does Barry have any food on him?
Yes.
His own
I would
pets.
say, I believe he got a good number of rations.
I have like 20 or more days.
Okay, Barry's
But,
Everybody just bought a load of jerky.
Yeah.
It's very
But,
tough jerky, by the way, guys.
just gotta find
Food
one
is
now.
food. Especially
Just
fresh food.
Alright, and you set off walking. Excuse me. I'm gonna say for a little ways into the morning, Bertram, you're getting treated for acid burns, explosive marks, concussions, busted little bits, all that fun stuff, right? That you wanted treatment for? I suppose that's also another good bit, just to make sure for Barry. You wake up, sore as shit, with burns across your chest, weird, like, sort of just ripped pieces as energy rushed through. You're feeling pretty shitty still. Functional, but shitty.
Well, I tried the peaceful option and he has refused it.
So,
There shall only be violence.
I believe we should move back to Crystal and Ness at the moment, as you start to clamber down this mountain and head towards one of these streams. It won't take you but like 30 minutes to get down safely into one of them, and before long you're at one of these things. It's like maybe 15 feet across. If you wade through, it'd probably get like a little bit to like belly button level.
Do not like.
But do they know the fate in the water?
I was muted. Sorry. Perfect.
Oh. I was like, oh god, we're silent. This is your plan, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's yelling in my background before I muted myself. How long would it take to wade across?
How long?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a couple moments, like just a moment or two. Not long at all. You asked one for pretty reasonable to get across.
You said 15 feet across?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, and the points look like maybe belly buttonish.
No, it's not the best.
How cold is the water?
They're about to find out.
But
Are we in the water?
this is a great way to lose tracks.
Should I bring Tex back now?
Did you not have him with you this entire time?
No, he's been out. I just mean, should I put him back?
No. Once you
Should I
get
take
into the
him
water,
out?
then put him back. There should be tracks of
Okay.
him walking into the water.
Okay.
That's why I asked if he was waterproof.
He's resistant.
You can probably get him like knee deep on him easy, like decently deep into the water, so it's like actually in the water, and then call him back to your thing.
Okay.
Okay, ball.
Far enough.
Alright.
Then all we have to do is wade to the other side. Not getting out, of course, but wade to the other side.
Get like in like the ankle deep water on the other side and walk from there.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, not actually leaving the river.
Yeah, no, that's why I said like ankle deep and then going in a direction from there.
Yeah.
So you have. Alright, I'm gonna base this in the easiest way here. One of these directions heads you like askew towards the camp, that camp by it, and the other, which direction are you heading?
You mean which direction of the river? We're not following the river. We're going perpendicular across the river.
Okay, so you are leaving the water.
No, we're just not leaving the water. That's what I'm saying. We're going to stop before we leave the water. On the other
Okay.
side.
Okay, yeah, you stop there. Where are you headed?
Then I want to grab onto Nessa, phase,
drown
and action dash, and run out as far as I can.
Okay.
Is that
You
doesn't
can get your
leave
full
footprints.
distance away from the river, I'll say. Like
Should be
leaping
a
over
new
some
day.
rocks.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, no, it's short rest recovery. You absolutely have them all back.
I mean, new day, so I can free action dash as well to go just a little bit further.
Oh, you're gonna use your yeah, your a thing there. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what? Doubles that to 120
360 total.
times 2 dash. So times 3 is 360.
Let's
Yeah.
reunite with Barry and Schmeat makes it as
Yeah,
far
you can jump a good. You can jump your full 360 away, jumping over a couple rocks, skipping over a different stream. And then, as the world stops elongating, Nessa and just rebounds and rubber bands right back into reality.
Go. Yeah, that takes some getting used to, I guess.
You know, it's a good note. She's doing this. You've never really felt this. This other worldly movement just feels very natural to you, and you don't have any issues with it. You never really did.
Dry heaving. Hands on knees.
You want to sit down? I'm sure the area around here is kind of dry.
I don't want to touch the ground.
You can summon Tex back. Probably shouldn't, but you could.
No, keep him in there.
Now there are tracks of us walking into that river over there, and none of us
Maybe they'll
leaving.
just think that we ended it all.
Then they'll search for our bodies.
Should have left a note carved into a rock.
Everybody's searching at the end of this river where it empties out into the large like sea/ocean with opportunities on. All right, what are you guys heading from here? Just picking a direction? What's the plan?
I just wanted to go into a random direction. I don't have a plan going from here.
Okay, just wandering along. Roll a d20.
You want to roll it, Matt?
Sure.
As we get further and further away from regathering the group.
It's okay. I have a loose sleep.
I got 14.
Oh, 14! That's not a negative now. That's not like a single digit, so we're doing okay.
Good, good.
I have to ask, is there anything in particular you guys would be looking for as the day goes? Cool, a road, a person, nobody, avoiding people. Entirely, how are you doing this?
I assume that we're avoiding people, but I don't know.
I would say avoiding people would be a good plan, but we don't exactly have a thermos? Is that what it's called? No, canteen for water. So if anything, we probably need a town so we can find something.
Oh yeah, I don't have water either.
You could rent a
Water's kind
bandit
of
spot
important.
along the way as well.
I like how we just utterly abandoned everything we'd already had in that big thing.
It's
Is it kind of bandit spot?
like I was just pointing out, like you could just like hit up a bandit thing along the way, get rid of some small bandits, and steal their shit.
You're very right. Is that what I would have
Just
done?
keep in mind, you are on Pandora. This is not the standard one. There are bandits everywhere.
Can the two of us take bandits?
I'm sure we could. I'm sure we
That's
could.
what you think.
It's
They're just
okay.
bandits, right?
As long as there's not a floating skull above their head, you're fine.
You know, fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
Let's maybe we could steal something.
Yay, stealing. It's for the best.
Never stolen anything before.
So,
We stole the Lancer.
She simply
What?
utilized stolen goods. She didn't commit the stealing.
I was going to
No,
say, only
it-
one of you really stole it.
It
No, you
doesn't
guys
count as stealing if the previous owners are dead.
Still alive.
Right of conquest, you killed
They're
them.
still alive.
Exactly. It's
We didn't kill
yours
them.
now.
They ran away.
No. Only one ran away. Everyone else died.
No,
Yeah, but
They expired.
literally one of them died. Everybody else got away.
Crystal stole one. Crystal stole that, though. Not Nessa.
No,
And Bertram stole the buzzard.
I could have swore that only
No,
the
one of them
Crimson
died
guy
on
tried.
impact with the ground, and then you guys focused hard on the guy running away with the key fragment, and the rest of them just went, they're ignoring us, so bye.
yeah, you're just dead.
No, they just left because you guys weren't focusing on them.
Mm-mm.
Alright. So, is that a yay or a nay on that plan?
Yeah, we'll go after some bandits.
Yeah.
Alright. Closest one is the camp mentioned earlier, or you can go farther on to a different one. Doesn't really matter. I'm just offering it. It's there. That's your
Let's go
closest
further
option.
to go a different one.
Okay. You start marching throughout the day. Barry,
Yes.
you've been marching decently throughout the day. Make a perception check as well as you're trying to follow these trails.
Do I add anything to this? Do I have perception check? Please, I'm trying for perception check.
And Schmeat, also please make a perception check as you ride. I don't know why, but I imagine head out the window like a dog.
14.
State that I'm gonna phase walk us 2 more times.
of course.
Just so we get further away. Never
You
mind.
stop running away from us.
No.
I'm tempting to come to you with a warning.
It's okay. Just keep. What's Schmeat's perception?
My perception is 17.
17. So, Barry and Schmeat, this is for both of you. Barry, you're getting kind of down a ways. You're starting to clamber. Ross,
I can't hear you.
of course,
You
it
cut out, Matthew.
I know what's happening. I discovered it. For some reason, my phone is disconnecting and reconnecting to my Wi-Fi randomly.
That is
So when
weird.
it swaps between my the two data sources, it causes me to cut out.
Break out the
I'm
tinfoil
gonna
and
just shut
coat
off
hanger.
Wi-Fi for the moment.
So maybe you should reset your phone after the call.
We might do. So, as Barry, you're climbing down one of the high-end pieces, going down a bit of a cliff, following what you think is their, you have maybe idea. There's some claw marks here. Could be that. Could be a skag. Really hard to say. You're clambering down the wall. You're watching, and you see this flatbed truck. It's like a technical the flatbed on it of a thresher pulled up on the back and being held there with some cables. But that's not what stands out to you about this weird moment. What stands out is you see Schmeat hanging out the thing just it's the tongue lolling, I have to ask.
Yes.
Lolling out the side of it. And as you spin to and catch sight of this, Schmeat, you also catch sight of Barry coming down this and making eye contact with you as your tongue flaps particularly hard and slaps your face once.
Barry waves and attempts to gesture with one hand. Come this way!
What are you
Shaking the
saying,
truck.
Schmeat?
Shaking the friend, Barry, friend,
Felix, what? Huh?
friend. Pointing at
Friend?
the guy.
Where? Friend? Point? A friend. Okay, just oh shit. Hits the brake and it just slides to a stop.
I doubt Barry looks like he's in the best of conditions. So there's
Barry
Schmeat
has
on that
several
hand.
deep burn
Who's got-
wounds going across him, and flesh that looks like it's been ripped under some kind of weird force.
So there's me. Then there's Schmeat who got eaten. I really wonder what this other guy's perception of us is. That is hilarious.
Friend acquired.
These guys have had a really bad night. Alright, go to Schmeat.
So I say finish climbing down and head over to them. You guys are free to talk. I can't talk for you, unfortunately.
Schmeat!
Or fortunately.
Hey,
You're alive!
yes.
Bertram has betrayed us.
Huh? He saved me.
Yeah, he did this to me. He's hunting Crystal and Nessa. Apparently he's decided he would rather work for... what is it? The Red Lands, who are apparently working for Anshin. I
That's a
also
big word.
want to do a perception check about what the other dudes, the driver's reaction to my words are. Nothing too obvious, but just
It'd be an insight.
insight, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's just kind of an insight thing.
Very single.
Oh,
Look. Big word.
18.
18. a little bit of mild intrigue, but nothing particularly standing out because it's just hearing like, somebody backstabbed us. Ah, yes, backstabbing on Pandora. How rare.
Oh. Yeah. But Bertram is bad.
He's really confused.
Yeah. Points at himself. Did this to me. Art. Does he understand that?
He understands. He's just. He let me escape.
Yes. Well, he didn't actually kill me, despite, beating me half to death and then exploding me and then doing horrible fucking things.
He remembers the time. He remembers the time Barry knocked him out.
Yes, but you tried to eat somebody. No. Barry didn't even care about that. You tried to eat a friend. That's a bit that Barry cared about. Yeah.
Yes, he just remembered you didn't kill him for killing a friend, trying to eat a friend.
Oh, yeah.
He's conflicted.
Anyway, he's trying to hurt Nessa and Crystal. I'm trying to find them.
I have no items.
I don't either.
Yeah, you see them speak up. Yeah, I was giving him a ride to somewhere. We were gonna try and get him an extra one.
Do you think you might have a few extra?
I don't know how many
potentially have
extra
money?
they'd have, but we can try.
Wait, no.
I don't
What's
got
the name
room
of
in the front here, unfortunately, but you'd have to hop on the flatbed with that back there.
Looks at it.
I've already committed to helping one weird stranger today. Why it's another fucking one?
What's the name of that one town we left our the Big Lancer at?
Overlook.
That's probably been raided to hell and back by now, right?
It was locked.
Good luck.
It's an armored vehicle.
Like, that might be kind of difficult to break into.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be easy, especially since somebody just tore a piece out of it too, so it couldn't start.
Yeah, but it also has all our money, doesn't it? Everything Thaddeus wasn't carrying.
Your big monolith is in the truck, in the thing.
Well, I don't exactly have a bunch of cash on me. A little bit, but on the other hand, if we can get back to Overlook, a lot of our shit's there, so we can give a bit of a good time for
Well,
that.
I ended up heading back to Overlook. I'm just on my way somewhere else for a short moment. So I guess we can get there. You can see what you can try to negotiate, but then I don't mind a passenger on the way back. Pretty easy.
Well, if you say you're going back there anyway, I mean,
Yeah,
to
we'll
be
make another
frank,
stop first for any few points.
well,
of
I
speed.
mean, to be entirely frank, the point of time it take to walk back there is far more than it take to go with you on a nice, pleasant little ride somewhere else and then back there. So I would gladly take a ride.
All right,
I
we'll
spent
hop
the
in.
last day running after people. I hop in.
So, question for y'all, question for both of you, real quick.
Yeah.
Who you looking for so hard that this is the issue? As she starts up the thing and starts driving off, she slides open this window in the back piece of it.
Well, there were 6 of us. Wait, 2. 6. Yeah, 6, right? I'm suddenly doubting my math. What the fuck? I forgot to. Everyone's.
Yes, it's 6.
Okay. Yes. Well, there's 6 of us originally. Well, there's some girl, and people are after her. We ain't entirely sure why, but don't think she really done all too much. Other one's got a bounty. And the other 2 were mercs, and they were fine, friendly, and then, of course, they obviously decided to betray us. Smeet is Smeet. And apparently Anshin wants him, and I'm guessing they did that to him. and then I somehow got stuck with this bunch of weirdos. I'm from the Monastery of Naturline. Pleased to meet you.
Felix, that's a lot.
Yeah, my name's Barry.
Well, buckle in. We got a little bit of a drive left. Road gets a little bumpy part of the way through.
That's fine. Sorry, them lasers of death again.
We're gonna roll over to Bertram for a minute.
The traitor.
Commandant Grant comes in part of the way through, like the morning after you've woken up a bit. Just
Confirm the exhaustion level.
No, I'll give it back with the base. If you spend a little bit of time getting healed up and everything, I'll let that slide. So, snag along the way, you said, last night?
We followed the tracks to a cave where Barry was set up. He decided that he wasn't going to let us continue our pursuit. Killed the other two, extremely injured me, and then fucked off.
Well, I suppose it's better that he left you alive and not some sentimental value helped you.
It's gonna make finding them more difficult, though.
But that's why you're exceptional at your job, is it not?
Right.
You can set off again, request the help you think you need. Apparently 2 was not enough.
I think they maybe lasted 6 seconds altogether.
Apparently I've underestimated your traveling companions, as they were. And he actually kind of like frowns small to himself at that one. Grab who you think you need. When you're ready, set off again. But do try not to wait too long, as don't want the trail to go cold.
I understand. I also do not know your people as well as you do. And do you believe would be necessary? Because if that's what one of them can do, imagine if they're all together and one of them's a fucking siren.
You make a point. How long do you think you'll need to recover?
Is there a medic nearby who can make a medicine check?
You know Jethro has healing stuff on him.
But medics.
If you turn to the medic, they'll be like, depends on how far you want. We could have you fully functional in probably about an hour. You'd just still be a little stiff and sore. Or you could finish a little bit and swatch over and take a bit longer, and we could get you 100% without any soreness.
At this point in time, there's an argument that the trail is going to be what it's going to be, so waiting additional time isn't going to matter too much. I have to start back where we encountered Barry and then move from there.
Then late afternoon, probably.
Have they gone through all my, stuff yet? Or are they going to, does it look like?
At the moment, you are a member of the Crimson Lance. They're not treating you with suspicion.
Okay, so I'm unaccosted. Understood.
There's some basic skepticism you can read across people,
but
right now
that's
as you
fine.
just joined, but it's not like, I'm invading your personal stuff because I need to yet.
The other...
Also, he just got the shit beat out of him. And you guys just got killed. So, I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Did they have him do
that's why you didn't need the deception. You are thoroughly fucked up when you came in.
Did they have him do a gear inspection at any point, as a lot of military organizations do?
That is up to him to take care of.
I meant hey, go over, alright, here's your stuff, anything from us that you're liable for, that type of deal.
As he is, what they said earlier, putting you, Bertram, on a more a specialist kind of route of things,
think
your
they're
gear
just giving me
maintenance is up
things.
to you to
Yeah.
request and take care of.
Okay.
It's not like you're as he said, he's not putting you in a rank and file, as that would be a waste. So the doctors say late afternoon. Is that agreeable to you?
I suppose it has to be.
Then I will get you some help. Better help sent this way.
I'll nod.
He just looked down and frowned. It's unusual. I don't usually do that.
What, underestimate things?
Indeed, I'm normally pretty accurate on those. Suppose I shall have to brush up on my information again.
Special circumstance.
Any information you think you should share on the rest of them that might stand out? Better equipped.
Not
Better
offhand. I just learned that Schmeat can do spikes fucking yesterday, so... New things all over the place.
Spikes. I'm assuming explosives with the injuries you had and the fact that the monastery he's from.
Yeah, he just explodes. I told the people and one of them got away, the other one went down with the bikes.
Oh.
And then he
Fortunate.
smacked him in the head with a maul until he stopped breathing.
Oh. The muscle mass indicated, but good for confirmation. As a brief confirmation for the last two siren powers that automatically make them dangerous, I don't know much of their capabilities outside of that. Nessa's.
Ness as a genius
Robotics.
crafter and roboticist.
Okay.
Whatever that
Better-
translates to.
Try to be better equipped. That one's hard too. Broad spectrum. Well, recover your wounds, get some rest, be ready this afternoon.
Fill up my ammo.
You can refill all of your ammo at the armory.
Even laser?
Especially laser.
That's a good ammo to get.
Hold on just a second. Okay. So, as you guys are heading on the truck, you guys are looking for the bandit place. I'd say about an hour and a half into the walk, you guys come across what looks like, off in the distance, Crystal and Nesta, a small, like, 2-building bandit camp.
I mean, 2 buildings?
2-building, meaning just probably a small little one without, like, a big standing force of bandits. It's got like a fence that runs on the outside of one, wraps around some. You can just see the roofs and then like the little entryway to it. Very like ramshackle. The roofing material is almost like that like metal siding you see around like a lot of trailers. Rested and warm, butted up against a rock face.
We gonna go in?
Yeah. Think they'll have anything? They are
These are the
bandits, so
small
I might
things?
not.
2 like hut buildings, not big buildings.
What do bandits normally have?
Typical things for survival, living, probably.
See, I'm starting to think it'd just be easy if we put on some disguises and went and bought some stuff.
Maybe. But we might as well check out this place now since we're here.
Can I use text?
Yeah, you can use text. We're far enough away.
Okay.
You guys have been going for a while, like I said.
Yeah. Definitely far enough.
It makes me feel safe. She's gonna bring him out. Can we see how many people there are?
Make a perception check.
Perception, you say? 29.
Damn.
That's really fucking good.
Get that expertise.
I had expertise perception just for moments like this.
Wait, how do you have expertise in that wrong? Okay.
I don't know.
Nessa did a dirty 20.
That's pretty good. Both of you will notice about the same thing then on this one. Not to veer into that 29, but after you get so high, sometimes there's just not much extra. Taking a look around, you don't see anybody walking about fully. You do see what looks like a set of feet, like, peeking out from the fence, like somebody laying on the ground. But you don't really see anybody walking around wandering. No vehicle currently located here.
How far away is the fence?
How far out would you guys have stopped?
I have a sight for them.
That's mixed on how that works, but you guys could be like, I'm just curious how far away you are.
At least far enough so that they can't, what's the word, hear footsteps.
Let's
Okay,
say
so easily be
between
like-
200 and 800.
Let's just throw it at an even 250 and call it that. How's that?
Okay.
And you guys can look through the scopes for your perception checks.
What's the fence made of?
Fence looks like it's made out of scrap metal and wood posts.
Could I shoot through the scrap metal?
It's not particularly solid.
If
So
I
there's a
aim
good
for
chance.
about where a head would be.
It's a pretty decent chance.
Can I try? Would that be a bad idea?
That's up to you.
Well, I mean, we're gonna be storming the base anyway. I might as well take a person out, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a sniper too, don't I? Did I fill up on ammo? I did fill up on ammo. You do the same.
That ammo cost a lot.
I have the majority of the money in this part.
Three. Nothing's happening, Matthew.
No? Am I coming
couldn't hear
through?
you. Yeah, now you.
As you just take a second, light it up, aim, fire, and it punches a hole through the metal.
Nice. Damage not so nice. It's an 8.
It falls short a little ways as you go to do something, and Texas foot slide and just like bumps you and throws your aim off.
The metal was a little thicker than I thought it would be.
It's alright.
What you guys doing?
So did I hit him or no?
Hard to say from here.
Can I shoot again?
That was your second. You can just keep shooting. You're not an initiative.
They're not doing anything?
Nothing
Nothing's
seems
happening?
to be-
No sounds?
Nothing seems to be happening.
Feel the need to go over there and check to see what's happening.
What if he's dead already?
Could already be dead. Yeah. That's why we have to go check.
Can I shoot him one more time? Just in case.
Just in case. You never know.
It's a 25.
Alright.
That's a 15 damage.
Alright.
We still don't know what happened to him, do we?
No. You guys are trying to sit over here and play plink plink through a fence. Can't really see.
Fine, let's go see.
Go see what's
You guys
going
head up.
on.
I'm keeping Tex on guard.
Oh, do all stealthing.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we actually just shot over there twice. Do we need a stealth? Yeah.
Now that people are on lookout and aware.
Might be on lookout and aware. I can't risk that.
I got a 15.
God, I need to roll stealth.
Roll one for Tex.
Oh, yeah.
22.
Tex got an 18.
Okay. As you guys start to approach the base, taking care to get down low, even though there's not a lot of stuff to hide behind along the way necessarily, but getting down low, taking it nice and steady, trying to keep your noises down. As you steadily get closer and closer, you get up to the base. As you guys get towards the edge of the fence, you do notice a little bit of blood leaking out from underneath the fence or around all of that.
Ew.
Hold on just one moment. Do. Alright. As you walk around and into the base, you peek around the corner, right? And start to notice something. There are a number of dead bandits on the ground. A couple of them look like they've been cut open, wide open. A couple limbs came off. There's probably 6 dead bandit corpses on the ground. However, 2 things stand out right now. One is a bandit that looks like it was running in a building. It's not a bandit, that's not the right term for this. There's a statue that looks like it was in a bandit's running pose, fallen on the ground. It looks like it was running towards in a building. Made out of a very rough hewn stone. And near the fire pit in the center is what looks to be a similar stone sculpture statue of a lightly armored Crimson Lance individual. Looks like it's hands out, but some of the limbs are busted so they don't go all the way down, and it's just laid on the ground like that.
Why are they stone?
In the blood.
I don't know.
Roll a medicine check, please.
Do. It was an 8.
Okay. What you guys doing?
I'm concerned that there's stones, so I'm going to look around and see if there's a monster nearby.
Make... Hold on just a second.
I'm looking for a Medusa.
Roll an investigation or perception, I would say.
Investigation or perception?
So, Max, while you're looking around, You and Nessa are gonna hear, or Nessa and Crystal are gonna hear what you could probably equate to just a girlish squee. As a tarp from just one of the huts opens up. I saw you two on TV.
17.
You did pointing at Crystal. You did the thing where you just ran really, really fast, and you're a siren, and you shot some people, and I don't know, there was a raptor thingy. It looked really cool.
I'm gonna net her.
Did you just make a new character?
So,
Yes,
before all this goes down, please describe what you look like.
Let's say, opening the tarp, rapidly saying that you have a decently tall woman, about 5'8", 5'9", very gaunt and slender, paler skin than there should be for, well, Pandora, really. In what looks like short-cut camo pants, fit for the more desert style, desert and arid lands. A large, oversized jacket with the sleeves a little bit rolled up like that. Matching. But opened up, having a fairly tight crimson red t-shirt showing a little bit of midriff. Waist length, flowing blonde hair. It's a platinum blonde. It's got trickles of blood in it at the moment. A very almost doll-like face with just big, bright blue eyes. And, yeah, rest of her also still splattered in blood. Has a sword in each hand. Both of them looking serrated and nasty. Just waving at you guys after saying all that.
I'm going to net her.
I believe you said sleeves rolled up and midriff exposed, correct?
Yes, tattoos are visible.
And something that would stand out immediately to Crystal. In a similar vein to the ones crawling up her left arm and across her shoulder and down the midriff, are a number of swirling, slightly etheric tattoos. And I need you to make a dex save. She shot a net at you.
Ah. 20.
I don't know if that passes your DC, but I get the feeling it does.
It does.
As you fire and you watch as they just like bob and weave out like behind the back inside the shack for a second as it just boom, smashes up against the shack.
Hey, wait, no, not a bandit. I kill bandits. Actually, it's pretty fun killing bandits.
Doesn't mean you're not a bandit.
Doesn't mean you don't want to kill us.
But we could be siren buddies. Look, I got the tattoos, you got the tattoos. I saw you on TV.
There's lots of people who just paint on tattoos.
Nessa's gonna point her gun. Are you the one that turned these people to stone?
Yep.
Are you a Medusa?
It's a siren ability?
Does she know what a Medusa is?
No.
Roll an intelligence check?
5.
This is mostly luck, honestly, actually. Just roll a d20 to see if you've heard the story by chance.
Oh, well, if it just got lower. It's less than 5.
Nah, you don't know what a Medusa is.
I don't know what that is. What's a Medusa?
A lady, snake for hair, turns people to stone.
Looks at hair, pulls it out as they brushes some aside. Hair's not snakes. A little dirty at the moment from blood, but it's not snakes.
Nessa's going to walk behind Crystal.
Let me just leave. Can you just get out of here now?
But I was hoping we could meet when we saw on TV. I saw you guys on TV. I wanted to find you. Because I wanted to be siren buddies. Come on. How many of these do you find on Pandora? Well, historically, a lot, but that's beside the point.
She's scaring me.
Don't understand. I don't understand.
That Thaddeus is their crystal blurring.
There is a window on the sidewall if you wish to pop out away from the net.
Yes.
She has the same tattoos as you. Are you guys like sisters?
It could just be paint.
Tanya
Just
just
to do that.
pops out on the sidewall, out of the side window.
What does?
Lots of bandits like to do that.
Are there any bandits still alive, or like
None of them are alive.
are they in a near-death state?
Recently enough, it won't get you anything, but you could always use it to try and like drain the last dregs.
That's what I was gonna do if there was one still like heaving their last breaths or anything like that.
There's one nearby. Like you could probably reach back in the window and get the one guy that was sleeping inside out, if you wish to try and prove that.
Yes.
All right. You watch as this lady reaches back in the window, pulls out a fairly fresh bandit corpse, as you're realizing most of the ones around you aren't too old. And you watch as the tattoos start to glow at like decently unhealthy-ish red and flow down the hand, and you watch as it starts to pull back and like little flakes come off, and then eventually this body crystallizes and turns to like a grayish stone with purplish crystals tracing in it.
I prefer fresh.
Crystal, she is a Medusa.
I mean, she didn't turn them to stone by looking at him. Kind of just drained him.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What did you do to him?
So he's a vampire. She's a vampire.
What?
I drank them. Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, a vampire.
I mean, I can be out in the sun. I like garlic as seasoning. That's pretty good. But I would probably die if someone stabbed a wood stake through my chest, though. But that's like everyone.
What's those little half vampire things called? Dathomir? That's it. Yeah, no, definitely Dathomir. I remember how
That's a planet in Star Wars.
Yeah, Dathomir is a planet in Star Wars. Damn, Peter.
Behold my power! I am become planet.
Texas
I
is
say we
gonna
let
stand between
Oh, God, damn, he's a
and the
Unicron.
stranger.
Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird.
Is that normal? Can you do that?
No, she runs really quick.
I mean, I can kind of do that, I think. Probably
What?
not. I don't know, I've never tried it. I've never tried a lot of things, okay?
We could try new things together
You
as friends.
eat people?
Have you seen me eat people? You could eat people. You know Smeet eats people.
You actually, if you recall, as a 20 intelligence character, you have watched Crystal drain somebody effectively. Not like what just happened here, but has grabbed somebody with energy to rejuvenate themselves.
I mean, when
I
people's
remember
all
I
you got.
did it
Once
once.
near the very beginning of the campaign.
I mean, sometimes when all you
Nessa's
got.
going to kneel to the ground with her knees to her chest. You eat people.
Are you okay?
Don't eat people.
Yes, you do.
She eats people.
She does, and she's weird.
I can pass
My
around some life
question is-
force if you're hurt.
Nope. Stay over
Better
there.
knowledge. Out
She's
of character.
weird.
Why are you throwing a fit over this whenever you were just fine with Smeet eating people?
She eats people.
Listen, Schmeet's a better person.
Shmeet's not. Nessa doesn't know what Shmeet is.
a better
For all
person.
she knows, that's what Schmeat does. He's just a creature that eats people. She doesn't know he's a people.
Oh, she thinks she's a dog. Okay.
The next line of
A
evolution.
creature. She does not see Schmeat as a human.
That's horrible.
That's ouch.
Schmeat is
Yeah,
so
ouch.
much.
She doesn't know what Schmeat is.
Meat is meat. You don't need to define him as anything else. He's just meat.
Hey, so is
He
that
does
guy that
meat,
was?
and Schmeat's diet is people. Nessa has come to accept that.
So is that big guy that was on the machine gun car just going daga 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 daga? Is he with you? Or how about that? How about that guy that like crawled under a vehicle and exploded and ate that guy?
We actually don't know where
I don't
they
know what
are.
you're talking about.
Well, we don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
So what about that other guy that was driving the vehicle and the other one?
What vehicle?
I've seen a lot of people driving vehicles recently.
What's a vehicle?
I can't even drive.
You gotta fix that.
I can teach you. I got a bike.
Nope. Wait.
Mm,
Nope.
how? Mm.
This is weird.
And I think... No, never mind.
A few more minutes. I don't know our cutoff. Max is probably tired though.
Max is awake now.
She's gonna take one of the like lawn chairs or just anything that the bandits had as a seat. Set it up, kick back. So, what you doing all the way out here? Kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Why do you ask so many questions?
Because I want to know stuff and I'm bored and you two aren't talking much. I was hoping you'd answer the question. Just talk more.
Why don't you tell us more about you?
Oh,
What's your deal?
sorry, really rude. Name? Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm a siren. Kind of wander around place to place killing bandits. I sometimes drink people. Saw you guys on TV, wanted to meet you. Kind of just, I don't know, just been going around.
So, did you follow us? Or is just this coincidental?
No, I was already here.
Do they have any canteens?
Several.
I'm going around looking for one. On one of the bodies or something.
That's just staying really close to
Investigation
Crystal.
check.
You'd think after all this, we'd already have.
I'm just
canteens.
actively trying to keep myself between this siren and Nessa.
I don't think it's hard, as it sounds like Tanya's currently just sitting in a chair.
Nessa must be really scared because she only rolled a 5 on investigation. She can't find anything. She's too worried about that thing.
Plus what?
I rolled a 10.
Swords have destructed away at this point. Hold on.
No, this is just a 5 in general.
That shouldn't be physically possible for you, since investigation is an intelligence skill.
Oh, maybe it was an 8. Yeah. I
Okay,
did math wrong.
I was so confused.
Matt, would you like me to roll, or just do I have a few from the bodies?
There's a couple you could just point out. You've spent a little bit of time going through the area.
Just go over to a body, take it off, toss it to Crystal.
Let's not let that touch me. Like, at all.
Alright, you step to the side as just pink on the ground.
I'm
Wow, you
gonna
guys are
continue
really
my
skittish.
search.
Are you guys being chased?
Yes. I'm never going to trust her.
You're not here.
Are there bad guys chasing you that I should be on the lookout for? If you guys need help
Know what
killing
you're
bad
talking about.
guys,
I have a clue what you mean. Not a clue.
okay, you guys are being really subversive, but it's also kind of obvious about it, so it makes it kind of easy to tell that you're hiding a lot. But that's okay.
I mean,
It's a
that's the
start.
first thing I actually didn't know anything about. Second thing, I just don't want to tell you about.
But I'm offering to help stop the people that are following you if people are following you.
Are you wanting to help us?
Can you drain a spaceship? Or, I guess spaceship is not the right word. City?
My powers only work on
Floating
organic
city in the
things.
sky.
My powers only work on organic things, I think. I haven't really tried. Oh, well, okay, so I've tried to drain some like bots and stuff. It didn't really work. Maybe a bit of like a iridium drug trip or something might help with that. Never tried.
Can you talk to animals?
I can talk at them and hope they listen. Pretty good with animals most of the time. Although a lot of the ones on Pandora here just want to eat you.
I have come to notice that. Everything on this planet is really mean.
Planet of extremes here and there. Everything wants to kill you. Everything wants to kill each other. Yeah.
So do you want to kill us?
No, I want to be friends. Been kind of
I've
lonely
heard
for a
that
while.
before.
Been kind of lonely for a while.
Investigation check.
Do you mean
Bandit?
insight?
Insight check.
Bandits kind of.
Insight.
Bandits, the Lance, other gangs, other groups, small infantry. I don't know. Kind of lost all my friends and family along the way here.
I got a 22.
She's not lying. She wants to be friends. Also, she did just say everyone she knew got killed by bandits and the Lance and others. Still not lying.
Nessa's gonna look at Crystal. There are power in numbers.
She's weird.
You know, my family used to call me weird all the time, but you tolerate me.
You're different.
Why? Because you have to put up with me?
No?
I'm also different. I'm a siren, so there's like
Gosh, you.
6 of them.
You don't count. You've already got a siren.
But there could be 2 of us. Also, doesn't it kind of sound like Destiny? You know, sirens gathering on Pandora is a really rare event, like gold stuff.
If you guys touch, will the planet explode?
No, don't want to find out. I really don't want to find out.
I'd be willing to give a hug. Or a handshake. High five.
I think that we should touch you, considering you do the whole, like, sucking life force thing.
That I gotta do. That's a willing thing. So, I mean, if we're friends, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, but no offense, but we don't know you. You
Yeah,
could just be after a good snack.
Just had one. Pretty full at the moment.
Yeah, but I think Crystal here would be mighty tasty.
You did just talk about iridium weirdness when you were talking about draining people.
Yeah, haven't tried that.
What I'm saying is, who's more attuned to iridium than a siren?
People who want money.
People who eat iridium raw. People who are weird. Better than you.
But what What is weird?
Weird is unnatural, like siren
Like
powers.
So are you calling yourself weird?
I know I'm weird. Basically teleport. It's not really teleporting, I'm just running really fast. But
Yeah, but that's
I go
super
from one
cool.
place to another. It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't
so
understand how it
cool.
works, and it bothers me.
I can do
Maybe I
something
can
kind
help
of
you.
like that. Only a really short distance, though. Not like what you did.
Do we know anybody who knows anything that we could figure out about siren powers? Are you guys just born with this without any knowledge?
No.
No?
No, we are not.
I don't know how sirens work.
To toss it out there as you have an intelligent person in the group, you asked anybody who would know about it. It was mentioned from Hancock that his son was studying in the Iridian runes. And Iridians seem pretty well, or Iridian. And Iridians seem well and tied, like with the siren stuff.
Do we know where he is?
Somewhere here in the Highlands. Kind of hard for you to tell, considering you guys ran out into the darkness and got lost.
I think I heard Boa, his son, does research on siren folk.
Did you want to go ask him about sirens?
I don't know.
You don't
I
have to
miss
go ask
Boa,
him about
though.
sirens. Who is this Boa?
I think you mean Bo.
Bo.
Oh,
Bo
Hancock.
Hancock.
The original quest giver, Thaddeus.
Yeah.
I know who Boa is, I just didn't know who Boa was.
That
I
was
am
my bad.
upset because I just caught that. Ah. So upset.
Would you like to share with the group, Thaddeus?
Hey, Thaddeus, you get a reference?
Bo Hancock.
Yeah.
Coming from the One Piece fan.
This is why it takes you so long to get to One Piece. You could have just gone to KFC and got a 2-piece meal and been done with it.
I'm gonna go to
And
Bojangles and get the tailgate special.
I think on the confusion of what's happening and the people meeting up for the night, we're gonna call it here and let people think on how to move forward. What they're gonna do with their new friends that drink people, which is a revelation. Adding in the fact that Schmeat is not people.
I am a people.
It's me.
He is his own breed.
I think we're
Hey,
all
Maybe
there
it's
for the
different
night.
person.
I am an
What do you
advanced
mean that
human.
offensively? I'm
People
sorry.
on their
if that
way
came
to
off
destination.
mean.
Plans being made, people on their way to destinations, possibly newfound friends grouping up. More to see.
Anything for
next session.
closing.
I feel I got hurt when she said Schmeat wasn't people. I felt that pain, man.
You didn't use that as a bad thing.
I know.
I
I'm
didn't
just
even know
teasing.
Schmeat was a person.
Oh,
yeah.
you're in for a rude awakening when you find out about him.
Please work
I
with
don't know
getting
anything
the family
about
back
Smee.
together, reconstructing
Either
this.
there's Schmeat.
Oh wow.
Schmeat knows nothing.
But hey, overall, fairly successful session, I think, this time.
Yes, humanoid
We're on the
features,
climb.
though.
Now it's only a
Sorry, I
three.
didn't know Schmeat was a person. I thought
Now
he
it's
was
only
a
a three-way
creature.
split.
Schmeat
Schmeat
has a
knows it.
face.
Schmeat
Schmeat,
doesn't know.
Schmeat looks like a tiny human
I never knew that.
with messed up legs.
I don't know what I was picturing for Schmeat, but it wasn't a person.
I guess we'll
He
never
had
know
an
what he
alligator
was.
tail at one point.
So on our
They
wonderful
never
notes of
died from-
confusion and revelations tonight, I think we're good.
People don't listen to character descriptions, so I'm waiting for what they remember Tanya as now.
Discount Rebecca.
She looks like a porcelain doll.
She's a porcelain doll.
Since
4.5
we
foot
started
blonde
this
hair,
campaign a
bright
while
blue eyes.
back. It's been a while.
Are you sure she's not a snake lady?
I don't know. She's a living doll.
Are you sure she doesn't? Are you sure she's not a middle-aged man with slicked back hair, oversized teeth, and a Dracula cape?
There we go.
No, that's what you look like in real life.
Oh.
Rude.
Hey,
Aw.
my hair's not black.
I see you do not deny the rest, though.
It's also
is
not
kinda
ever
pale.
slicked back.
All
I am
right,
very pale.
get out of here.